Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number. Drum roll, please. I'm not going to do a drum roll because Craig tends to cut it out, right? But anyway, pretend drum roll. It's episode 200 for the 17th of November, 2023. I'm your host, Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Neil.
Hello.
Actually, I'm joined on my left by Dave when I'm looking at it. But anyway, Neil and Dave.
Hello.
Of course. And then joining us today, we have a special guest, the real Defo. I don't know, just call you Gary, the real Defo.
Gary Gar, the real Defo. Happy 200th. That is incredible. You guys are a fantastic listen. I am so excited to be here. I don't think I've made it onto this show yet.
No, I think we've had a couple of times where we've tried to get you on and it hasn't happened.
I swung with the bat and I missed, but not today. Although I won't be here long. I'm going to hit a single and I get out of here. But congratulations, you guys. The show is awesome. I know we've got a bunch of the Garfcast folks listening now, although some of them probably tune out when you get to the games part. But
I think that happens.
Most people do that probably.
Yeah, I tune out on that bit as well.
But it's a great accomplishment. You guys have built a really good show. It's fantastic.
Well,
and, I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. I appreciate that, mate. I'm sure we all appreciate it. I think one of the interesting things is we started pretty much the same time as your podcast, didn't we?
I think you were a couple episodes ahead of us, and we started off. You started. What's that?
Not for long.
No, well, we caught you eventually. We just did 2:30 this week, so
we can't have. You must have done extras because we just haven't had that many weeks off. Surely
we've never missed a week, and I think there was maybe one episode where, like, I think it was like a New Year's live special. Like on Christmas, we usually do like a 2-hour, 3-hour. Like we just sit and BS with all the listeners. And I think I broke that up into 2 episodes once. But we've never missed. Pretty good.
We've missed a lot.
I even did it with a kidney stone. I mean, we just keep rolling.
Good stuff. Good
That's
stuff.
Well,
it's a good listen.
He's the one who always wants a week off.
So what's the name of the podcast, Gary? Just so people know.
It's The World According to Gar, a Garcast with Michael Redman, the Garfather. And we have a special guest from time to time. Neil's been on. You were on one of our first episodes, Phrase.
I've been on a couple of times. Yeah, I think so. Just to say hello. I think
or whatever. Dave over there one day.
Is Den Bob a special guest still, or is he just like a regular host now?
So he's usually there, but we like to call him special guest just because it really drives him nuts. He wants to be part of the team. Mike and I purposely ignore his texts sometimes and just try to get him crazy. So it's kind of a game with him. He's very, very sensitive.
I love it. All right. Well, I'm sure we're going to have a lot to go through. So let's start. Let's crack on. I'm sure, Gary, you're going to like this. Let's be part of the football chat.
You know, I haven't actually prepared anything today.
That's okay. It's all good. Well, it's going to be a bit loosey goosey. Of course, Gary, you're part of the contingent, the American contingent, who has joined the Fantasy Football League this year. So it's all very exciting. All right. Anyway, this is where I hand it over to Neil and just be quiet.
Well, this is all completely off the cuff, no script for me today. So I'll quickly go through the last week's results for all the winners. So we had win for Wolves against Spurs. Arsenal beat Burnley, no surprises there really. Everton, bit of a shock away win over Crystal Palace, 3-2. Man United beat Luton, 1-0. Bit of a late goal for them, typically, but was to be expected really. Bournemouth was another surprise.
What was the Luton result again?
1-0 Man United.
Yeah.
Bournemouth beat Newcastle, which is a bit of a shocker in the late game, 2-0. Not great for Luton. And then on Sunday, we had Aston Villa beating Fulham. Brighton drew with lowly Sheffield United. Liverpool continued good home form, 3-0 win at home to Brentford. West Ham beat Forest 3-2. And then Chelsea and Man City had a bit of a stonker on Sunday afternoon. A 4-4 thriller.
It's the ascendancy of the Chelsea, finally.
Yeah, no one wants to see that. In fact, it's the battle of the teams that are going to get hit with the record points deduction shortly after Everton's minus 10 points today for one transgression of the fair play. Chelsea and Man City queuing up for a record 1,000 points deduction or something stupid.
Bring it. I want Chelsea down into the championship.
Instant relegation for Chelsea and Man City.
What have they been investigated?
Well, there's 115 charges against Man City. I don't know how many Chelsea have got.
Holy mackerel.
Everton got 10 points for one transgression today. So Luton are out of the bottom 3 again today, even though we were in it, technically.
because of the
because Everton got docked 10 points. They're still only a point behind us or something. After
Yeah,
the
see,
10.
I
You guys
don't.
are scratching and crawling, aren't you? Down in Luton there.
Yeah.
I think even if Everton had got a 15 point, I was looking at. I was like, I think they would still be safe. I think
Depends
they can do it,
what
right?
happens now. From now on, obviously, like they know where they are. They know what they've got to do. And,
But they're playing okay. I mean,
yeah,
that's the
yeah, they've
thing
been
right
alright.
now.
Luckily for them, there's 3 crap teams in the Premier League this year, and Chelsea and Man City are also going to get busted big time. So maybe we'll
think that could
survive
come this
despite
season?
finishing with like 6 points. Well, I don't know.
you
They've been investigating for ages. 4 years it's taken for Man City so far, or something stupid.
Wow.
But didn't take. That's because if you have more charges, I think it's in your favour because you just get to get away with it for longer because it takes them that long to investigate one.
Right.
115. Maybe they'll still be knocking around in 115 years. Still, not.
I mean,
not,
if there's 100, say they have 150 charges, 10 points per charge, and we get slapped with like a 1,500 point deduction, right?
Yeah.
I'm
it'll only be
shaking.
one season, won't it?
You're only just going to soak that up in one season and be done with it.
Like they did
So
with
wait, do
Juventus.
they actually take points away from their season?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Everton lost 10 points, yeah.
Luton are current
That's
record
insane.
holders. Luton are the current record holders for a points deduction. We got 30 points in one season. We got relegated that year. Surprise. So,
Luton are Luton had what? A 30-point
a
deduction?
30-point deduction, yeah. For transfer irregularities was 10 points, I think, and then 20 points for incorrect or not leaving administration correctly or something stupid.
We punish people in the UK, Gary.
Yeah.
Do you see how
So
this
we
is?
were like, I guess it's just because you got the 2 leagues, right? You can go down, or not
More
even
than
2
two.
leagues. You just have the tiers of leagues, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so interesting.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not that franchise situation, right?
Yeah, you can't get
buy your
relegated
way.
in the NFL, can you? You'd
No,
have to do
but I
something
think it
pretty
would be
bad to
great
get
if they
kicked out.
could. There's some horrible teams that have been horrible forever that need to go away.
I've never met
What,
anyone
the Broncos?
I've never met anyone in America or Canada who hasn't wrapped their head around the English football season and then gone, "That's really good," right? You know, that's they all.
I think college sports. So college sports in America is huge, and it would be great if they had a tiered system like that. I think
right.
with relegations, because then the teams that are lower, like last year when Forest won, like I'm becoming a Forest fan thanks to Sumo, right?
Unlucky.
Unlucky, right? But whatever. I had no team and no dogs in that race. I jumped in, and when they did not get relegated, it was like they won the championship, sort of. So it's kind of
Oh, yeah.
exciting. So it adds another layer that you just don't get in any sports.
Well, you've had 2 great seasons then, haven't you? Because you've had the season of them going up. and
Yes,
then you've
that
had
was
the season
great.
of them not going down, right? So,
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get that as well this year, but unlikely.
I think you'll do it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Long
It's
way to
early.
go.
It's early.
Yes, it's
A lot of games left.
pretty bad points total so far. So, what's next? What do I normally do next? On the football
the
front.
fantasy, mate.
Do I
Did you not
that
do
out
well in
us?
fantasy this week?
I do the players. The players is next, isn't it?
You're right. You've been on the old wacko backo.
I don't do wacko backo, not like you crazy North
should.
Americans over there.
Oh,
who
he
can do
had
that
some
sort of
night
stuff.
last 2 nights ago. Woo!
I bet he did. That's every night.
Oh
for him.
boy,
Where's the round points on
he was
this
like
thing?
looking at rocks while I was fighting people. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm sorry, I got distracted.
This is his new graphics card as well. He's just like
It's a true
seeing bits
story.
on rocks that he hasn't seen before.
It is true.
The best players from last game week, we had a joint top scorers, bit unlike the previous week. Excuse me, I'm burping, I'm belching. It was Mo Salah and Erling Haaland, both scored 16 points, were the top scorers last week. So it was a bit of a reversal from the previous week where none of the good ones had been scoring. Arnie's shouting T in the chat as he's subbed. Thank you, Arnie. So, yeah, then there was a few points. Tsimikas, if you had Tsimikas, come off, scored 15 points last week. That was a good haul for him.
You had
So-
him, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I got quite a few points last week. But I did take a -4, which was a badly judged -4, it turns out. I was umming and ahhing between Jared Bowen and Gabriel Martinelli, and yeah, guess which one I put in? Yeah, the one who didn't score any points, Martinelli.
Bowen did
Bowen.
score. Didn't Bowen,
Bowen
score?
scored, yeah, he scored. He did
Yeah.
all right.
Oh, unlucky.
Yeah. So that was a bummer, but hey ho. So where we are in the league, can I get this up? Yeah, I can get this up with all 4 of us on here. So the
You can
league,
get it up, man.
yeah, well, I don't know. It's
You
been a
can
while.
still get it up.
It's been a
How
while.
much did you drink?
So I can't. annoying. But anyway, my boy is top. He scored 66 points last week, 750. I come from nowhere to go back up to second. Says 88 points by, so -4 on top of that. So I got to second, 742. I've been dropping away over the last few weeks, but I had a good week last week. And David Kinzer, a new name in the top 3.
Yeah, he's
Wise
threatening
old
me.
elf.
Threatening me. He wasn't pulling anything. He wasn't taking his foot off the gas, and he
Smashed
stopped
it
me.
last week, 90 points
Yeah.
on the week. Come from we were close with me and him, and he's got up to third, 740. It's pretty close behind that though. Still, plenty of opportunity to move around a bit, and he takes a couple of good or bad weeks. I see Christian there in 8th, who's gone up a league.
I'll give a
Quite a
little
bit.
shout out there to Angelo, my buddy from back home. He's passed me with his 81 he got this week. Well done, Banji.
There's who was it? Oh, was it Luciano had a bit of a return to form this week after his errant wildcard play the previous week where he ended up on -8 or whatever. He had a good week last week, got 78 points. But yeah, I think the top scorers was David, myself, and Angelo. I think the top 3, 81 points, as you said. So in the head-to-head league, we had my boy beat Lewis. Gua was vanquished by my son.
Oh. Boris talking a lot of trash over there.
It was a close one between Mike Redmond and David Biles. 2 points in it, but Mike Redmond win it again. Fraser, you managed to hold off the average score by 3 points.
Yep, I'll take it. Thank you.
Carl has 71-56 point win over Andy Cox. Christian Barkley, 76-55 over Phil Taylor. And there's another close one. Elusive Man by 1 point, 58-57 over Chip Spice.
Oh, there's a good 1 pointers, eh?
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
My wife, 76 points, beat Chris Jackson, 60 points. And then I beat Luciano, 84-78. So in the head-to-head
Luch, look at that. Luch, who we
Yeah.
gave all that shit to before, had a stonker.
The head-to-head league, my boy is still winning, which is quite annoying. He's winning both leagues at the moment.
He must be talking. Now, talk about trash. He must be talking trash.
Tell me about it. I don't ever hear the end of it, even when he's not playing Fortnite. Constant noise.
How old is he?
14.
Oh,
It's the worst. It's the worst. Trust me.
yep.
My wife and Mike level on 24. And then we've got Gua and Christian on 21. And then Elusive Man 19. And there's a lot of teams on 18. Even Andy Cox is still in with a shout down at the bottom of the league on 6 points. They could still
Look at that. All 4 of us are on 18.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
That's a good battle. That's a nice little league they've added in there, right? It makes it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
my boy is winning both leagues, so that is annoying. But other than that,
He should be. He's been having a great weeks, right? So it won't last though.
it won't fucking better. No, I'll just disconnect his Wi-Fi or whatever if it gets too annoying. Sign him out of his iPhone or something.
How are you getting to grips then with it, Gary, and picking each week now? You're wrapping your head around it.
Yeah,
obviously.
but last year was my first year. The hardest part for me is I just don't know the players really at all, especially like you guys. So
Other than the Forest guys.
I hardly even them. Like I watch the show, I watch them on TV when they're here. And here, it's really just kind of stat picking for me. Like I just don't know the league well enough. So I'm very good with American fantasy football. So
I wouldn't have a clue where to start.
I think there's a foundation there. I'm just kind of finding stats and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's fun. If I can come, this year, I want to be top 10. If I can get in there, we'll be good. I had a little slump there for a while. I was overthinking it. I was making too many moves. I was taking negative points, and I've kind of pulled back. And now I'm not going to take negative points anymore for a little while. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Making a little run lately.
Yeah.
Middle.
Well, there you go. Right. You take a step back, just settle down a bit, and then you're having it's solid, right?
Yeah. You nailed it too. You said if the guy had 30 points last week, he's not going to get 30 this week, most probably, right? So
unless he's
play those.
Unless he's a Salah or a Haaland, there's nothing's nailed on. Nothing's ever nailed on. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my problem. I hold on to players for too long. All they did really well. Maybe they do well again this week. And no, they don't. I need to make more regular changes. I don't.
It's nice to like get to the point where you've got 2 free transfers though. And,
Yes.
like, but I got to the point where I've been like having to make 2 transfers every week because we've just had there's been a lot of injuries and a lot of players not playing that are bad decisions that I've made that needed correcting, and I've had to take like 3 -4 or 4 -4s in a row. But it was looking ropey for like till last week, and then this week it's all paid off. Those minuses have actually all kicked in.
But
and actually scored me some points.
you do really good work. Like you look and see what teams are coming up with the buys and 2 plays. Like that's way advanced for me.
Well,
That's why I'll
listen to
never
too
be in
many
the top.
podcasts. That's the problem.
It's fun. It's a real good time, and I'm enjoying getting involved in another league.
It's good
Yeah,
to
it's
have
good.
more
Learning more
people as
sports.
well this year. It's good. It's been good.
Yeah. We got rid of Zoda, who was in last place last year and didn't make one move all year.
Christian says in the chat, match of the day must be a game changer for you. Are
That
you
helped
watching
me.
it?
I mean, that's how I found Son and Ferguson. Like, so I'm learning players from that. That helps.
It's a nice little roundup of everything
Yes.
that's going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. All right. Any more football?
No. Oh, it's international breaks. There's no games this week.
Apparently
England are
England-
3-0 up. We've been keeping up.
Yeah.
Christian's keeping us updated in the Twitch chats. 3-0.
Who
So
are
are they
England
playing right
playing?
now?
Malta.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
someone rubbish.
God. All right.
A big
Hmm.
night for Italy tonight, though. I don't know
England
what
will
the
be
score in the
like,
Italy game is.
oh, the mighty England has vanquished Malta.
Coming home. It's
Okay.
coming home.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, Italy have got a crunch game against North Macedonia. Didn't go too well in the playoffs for the old. Was that the Euros? Or no, it must have been the World Cup that won the Euros. Yeah, they lost to them in a playoff for the previous World
That's
Cup.
right. They did, didn't they? Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, they're
I
in our
remember- I
group
think
this
so.
time.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
We got the World Cup coming to North America. What is it, next year or the year after?
Yeah, I
Uh,
think it's
28, is it? No,
No,
Is it that
20.
far?
no, 26.
26.
Sorry, yeah.
26.
I think we're supposed
They'll
to have
be up in
games
they'll be
here.
in Toronto, right?
Yeah, there's games in Toronto.
Yep.
Actually, Christian says I'm looking forward to the. Oh, he says Fraser Guar meetup, not Gar. Guar, because of course Gar, you and I have met up before
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
at the place where people go, the honeymooners go, at Niagara Falls.
Niagara
Gar,
Falls.
That's right.
I'll meet you on the end of the pier, overlooking the water.
We held
Yeah.
hands.
Don't think
We
they
went
have
on
a
the
pier at the
gondola
Niagara
together.
Falls.
Well,
Does they have a pier?
the first time actually I ever saw Gary in the flesh, he was going down a zip line.
I was doing the zip line, yeah,
Very strange.
with Lukey Luke.
Yeah. Okay. We're good for football then. Let's unless you say otherwise.
No, we're good.
Okay, let's move on to some of the listener stuff because we got a bit. So obviously 200 episodes. We have Chipper Spice, friend of the show, another fellow New Yorker, Gary. She says, congratulations on 200 episodes of wonderful entertainment. Thank you, Chipper. It's very kind of you. Master Blackthorn says, congrats on 200 shows. Here's to another 200 at least. Thank you. What Master Blackthorn, much appreciated. Wise Old Elf says, congratulations, fellas. Agree with Chipper. 200 episodes of great entertainment and easily my favorite podcast of the week. And he listens to the Garcast too, apparently. He says we're the favorite.
I get it. You guys have a great chemistry. You know, we can be a little annoying. I blame Dembob.
I don't know if he listens. I don't know if he listens. To
It's Dembob's fault. Always.
Yeah, probably. That's why he's not a regular.
Nope.
200 episodes of great entertainment. Easily my favorite podcast of the week. I just read that bit again.
Yeah, just do that.
And I
again.
am sure, easily my favorite podcast of the week.
What did he
And
say?
he listens to Veteran Gamers as well. You know that, right? And I am sure your efforts are greatly appreciated by many of us. I said thanks. All that means a lot, and it really does. Guar, Lou, our man Lou. Great stuff, guys. So happy to be introduced to you through the Real Defo. Hey, Real
Special
Defo.
guest.
Defo gets a call out. Chill Robot says found Fraser on Game Punchers and through the Overseas Connection pod years ago, and now here with Dave and Neil. Always a great listen. Hope the end of the year sees you all in good spirits. You bring a laugh to us all when we need it most sometimes. Cheers from Southeast USA, Justin. That's great. Yep. Thanks. Yep. I'm lots of good stuff. If you were to ever go back and listen to Game Punchers, the input we had from Justin on that show was phenomenal. He got us the intros with all the Game of Thrones stuff and whatnot, and
Did he?
Just-
Oh,
He
was
did
it
all
him?
that?
Was it him
yeah,
that
yeah,
done
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Fucking legend, man. Absolute legend you are, Justin. Thanks, mate.
That's awesome.
Christian says, congratulations. Absolutely love the show. Totally 100% my favorite podcast, he says. Your
Oh,
chemistry is
that's it. No listener of the year. He's out. He was going to win. It's his wife now.
Sorry, he didn't say that. He says,
You must have-
congratulations.
might be adding
Absolutely
some
love.
bits in here.
He says, congratulations. Absolutely love the show. Your chemistry is spot on. Here's to the next milestone. Seals forever. Yeah, thanks, Christian. Much appreciated, mate.
Thank you.
Mint Safe says, well done, Seals. Thanks for all the entertainment. You guys are ace. That's so British, isn't it? Ace. Everything's
Ace.
ace.
Yeah, I never
Skill.
hear that.
It's skill.
Skill with one L, you are.
Thank you, Mint Safe. Much appreciated, buddy. Lord, friend of
Do you
the
want
show.
to go back to Lord?
Yeah,
Was
we'll come
this-
back to Lord. And then we have Pilch, definite friend of the show, says, well done on 200 shows. I always said 3 hosts was the sweet spot. But you know what? It was great when you were on, Pilch. Make no mistake.
Thanks.
Like, honestly, that was some of the funniest times we've had.
Yep.
And we're always holding a candle for you. He says a few seals have come and gone, but the 3 of you work so well together. Fraser is in the driver's seat. Neil is in the back. Neil is the backseat driver, telling everyone they are doing it all wrong, and he knows best. And Dave is hanging on to the bumper for dear life. Here's to another 200. And he says, new name for the pod, Seal Hunt Podcast.
Does that mean you'll stop playing Hunt?
No.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Pilch.
thanks, Pilch.
I'm going to raise my glass to you here. I've got a glass of the good stuff here. Don't know if you can see.
What have you got
Got a
in,
special
in
occasion.
that? Have
Right.
you actually?
Peroni.
Oh, it's beer. Beautiful. in a flute. I love it.
It is one for you, Pilch.
Yep. Cheers, Pilch. I got my tea too. I'll raise a glass to you. Okay, then I think that's it there. Thank you very much, everyone. That is just unbelievable. But it's what makes it worthwhile, I'm sure.
Yes. We certainly ain't
Gents
getting paid
agree
for
with
it.
me?
So
Well, it's funny you say that
I did think you might get a little bumper check this week.
because we got a Twitch payout again. So that's nice. So thank you for anybody who uses their Twitch Prime subs. We don't expect you to pay, but a Twitch Prime sub is always welcome. Yeah, and that's our hosting fees. Job done. And maybe something else.
Funny enough, Fraser got a new PC recently. I
And
don't know.
I bought 2 PCs in the last year. Let me tell you, it's going good. Yeah, and maybe some Hunt DLC will be coming my way then. Thanks,
Don't know.
guys.
Maybe you could buy Super Mario.
I don't know. I've heard some people say it's, once the glitz of the new Super Mario, the fact that it's a new Mario game, once the shine is wearing off, it's okay. No,
Okay, it's fucking Super Mario. What are they talking
all right,
about?
but I mean, the hype can die down a bit, right?
Oh, I don't know. I think they're talking out their arse.
Well, anyway, I know anyway, I'm going to try and find a copy at some point. I checked the library. I'm not going up the queue very quick at all. Not
No.
good enough.
Takes a while. I've had it a bunch,
All right.
I think.
You what? Why don't you just post me your? You bought digital, didn't you?
No, I've got it on cartridge, but I'm still playing it.
Okay. Anyway, we're getting distracted. We have someone who's going to join us for the quiz today. It's Gar. So, Lord has sent us a quiz. Lord says, congratulations on getting to 200. Probably 100 if it wasn't for Neil. Maybe Neil's the driver. Here is another quiz. Also, congrats on getting all 3 questions right last week. As Neil pointed out, the first time you have done so. I think he was the only one that was bothered.
Yeah.
I had a quick scan through his questions this week. I think we really need to play as a team here. All right.
I'm
there's
terrible
the
at the
pen.
quizzes, and they're awesome. I
Right,
wish
this
somebody
is-
would do that for us.
This is going to be bad. I can tell already. I've just looked at the questions now, and I'm like, this is not going to get. We're not getting 3 right here, I don't think.
We're going to try. Okay, are we ready? Question number 1. This is for you, Neil. In Dark
this is
Souls,
the best where it starts bad.
in Dark Souls, what's the name of the infamous area known for its darkness and invisible paths?
So I saw this question. I don't know the answer, but all it reminded me of was Max Payne. I think it's Max Payne 2 or 3 where there was a sequence where there was a screaming baby and you had to walk along a hidden path.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was imprinted on my mind. So I don't know the answer to the question, but that Max Payne
It used to
sequence.
have. I
I've
think
not
they
played
did that in some of, maybe even in some of in one of the first ones. They had that the sort of like dream sequences, but nightmare sequences, right? Something weird.
Horrible. But anyway,
Does
go on, Neil.
Neil
Tell us.
know it, or is he
No.
playing coy, or does he have
No.
no idea and he's ashamed?
No, I'm
Because you
ashamed.
can see
I
it
don't
on
know.
his face.
I'm ashamed. I don't know.
Ooh.
In Dark Souls, what's the name of the infamous area known for its
Don't know
darkness
the
and
areas.
invisible paths?
Dark Souls was a long time ago, anyway.
All right. Anybody want to
It's all
throw
about
anything
Liza
out there?
P now.
I never played the first one.
I can remember dropping like glowstones. Can't remember what it's called though. That's annoying.
Anybody
The
want
land
to
of
start?
never known.
An ode to Max Payne. There you go.
An ode to Max Payne.
All right, that'll do. Okay. Question number 2. Who developed the game Cuphead?
Cuphead?
Cuphead.
I don't know. I never played it.
No, me neither. It looked too hard.
I think I'd like it. I wanted to play it. I still want to play it, and I will play it at some point when it suddenly is finally a $5. Developed by a Canadian
That was it? Canada?
family, if I'm not mistaken. A husband and I think it was a husband and wife team. But I don't know their name.
Well, this is not going well.
What's a Canadian?
We're going to get 3 out of 3
surname?
in a different way this week.
I'm going to go with Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mr.
You have
and
Smiths
Mrs.
up there? Did they make it up that far?
Yeah, I guess maybe. Coming the Underground Railroad. Okay, we'll take Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Anybody got anything else? Cuphead. I think.
I have no idea.
Maybe their last
Absolutely no
name was
idea.
Cup.
I might recognize it when we get told it, but I can't think what it is.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen on all of the
Is
answers.
that the old 1 cup, 2 girls, or
That's
something like that? It made the internet all of a sudden. The internet.
All right. I'm moving swiftly along. In Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, what's the name of the titular Nemesis?
Is he the mutant or something? What's he called? Like Mr. X is not called Mr. X in Resident Evil 2, is he? Really? People refer to him as Mr. X. He's the
Well, wasn't it
tyrant. He's the tyrant.
I was going to say, wasn't it the T virus for the Nemesis?
T-virus
I
is
know-
what causes everything, isn't it?
Hmm.
I don't know.
What's the name of the?
Oh, mate.
Anyone?
I don't
It's
know.
not good, is it?
I literally thought it was Nemesis.
I haven't played
was the
Resident Evil
Nemesis.
3.
Yeah, for some
Which
reason.
one's
I
the
think
one
it's-
where you have to chuck and you're in a plane and there's like cargo things that are strapped down? Is that 3? When you got a
Do
big guy,
what?
you're in a plane and there's some like cargo crates strapped down, and you have to loosen the cargo crates to chuck some big beast out of the back of the plane.
Isn't it
Sons of
5?
Forest. The Forest.
It's a Resident Evil game, but I can't remember which one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All right.
I'm
This
just
is
going to
terrible.
say Nemesis.
I think Dave. I think this could be
It
a
says
trick.
Nemesis.
I'm with Dave.
A trick
yeah, I know.
question.
Yeah,
A
I'm with Dave
trick
on that one.
question.
You trickster, you.
Right. I'm doing the
All right.
answers now then.
Please.
100% wrong so far. Right, in Dark Souls, what's the name of the infamous area known for its darkness and invisible paths? The answer is the Tomb of the Giants. I would never have got that.
Mm.
Who developed the game Cuphead? The answer is Studio MDHR. Very
Nope.
memorable. It's not exactly From Software, is it? In Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, what's the name of the titular Nemesis? The answer is, oh, for fuck's sake, are you joking? Nemesis T-Type. You were fucking close, Dave, I have to say.
Yeah,
I
Dave had it.
I said both T virus and Nemesis. So
I think we get a point for Nemesis.
Definitely. Dave gets a point.
Yeah, well done, Dave. You saved the day. Dave's the best.
You are. We all know that, really, deep down. Thanks, Lord,
oh,
for
thank
making
you,
us
Lord.
look stupid again.
Thank you, Lord.
Lord, you're amazing.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lord.
He
We
had a
appreciate
question
all
as
the effort
well
for
before
that.
we move on. He said, have you played that card game that I loved so much? I assume he means Inscription. I thought you played it, didn't you? But you just never
What?
got it. Didn't get it. Didn't get
Who's
it.
got a question?
I just asked you the question.
That's the question?
Yes. Have you played that card game that Neil loved so much?
Oh, that was the question. You said
Yes.
that I loved so much. Sorry, it threw me. What? Inscription?
I think so. You
Yeah,
played
I
it.
played
didn't you?
Inscription. Yeah.
You just didn't finish it. You didn't get to the good bit. So
Yeah, I done that. I got to the didn't even get past the first bit and went, I'm bored now.
Yeah. It was
strip
good.
poker, Hardy Dan says. A question mark, obviously.
Okay.
Not a fan.
Let's move on. Let's move on then to the what we've been doing section, shall we?
Go on then. Since you're the only one who's put anything in there.
That puts stuff in.
No, I
actually.
think didn't. Oh man, it's too big. I keep scrolling up and down. All right, I got a couple of things in here. Dave, you got a few things in here.
I got a few things in here.
Okay. I've been watching I've watched and finished Pluto on Netflix. I don't know if anybody's seen that. It's sort of
What, the Disney?
No, it's an anime that's just turned up. It's on Netflix. Came out about a couple of weeks ago. Blink and you'll miss it. It's pretty, tucked in there. But I don't know why. I just thought I've got a little bit more into my animation over the last year or two, watching stuff like that, Invincible and whatnot. And yeah, it's all right. It's pretty hardcore, I'd say. It's basically like a reimagining of an Astro Boy story arc. So if you know of Astro Boy, it's like a very
This is reminding me of the Quizzle game.
Yeah, Astro Boy's like been around in Japanese anime, I think, for 50 years or something. But anyway, this one's far more mature. It's basically about very, very powerful robots. Something is wiping them out, and it's a murder mystery with very intelligent robots. There's a lot of meaning of life, some Shakespearean stuff going on in there. It's like, if you want to dig into something that's got a lot to dig into, I think this is something you could check out. Yeah, it was all right. I finished it this week, so there you go.
Is it just like 6 episodes, or is it?
I think it was 8.
Okay, well,
8, and they're all about an hour. At some point, I went out of sync. Like, I was watching them, and then there's only so much I could take. So every time I started an episode, it was like 20 minutes in or 30 minutes every night. I was coming in through halfway,
right.
but it didn't matter, right? The dubbing is very good, so I watched it with English dubbing, and it was very well done.
Well, it helps if it's animation, isn't it? It's not as obvious.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time I would prefer to watch subtitles, but if the dubbing is good, then I'll watch the dubbing, and this was good dubbing. Yeah, so that was pretty good. And then on Monday, I went into another pinball tournament at this guy's house, which is about half an hour away from me. I'd never, hadn't done a tournament like that in someone's basement, which was a bit odd, but I'd heard that it was worth going to as well. So I signed up, paid my money, and went to the tournament. And I went to this house, and God, I had to tell you, like, it was unreal, just unreal. I've never been to. I trying to rack my brain to think if I've been to a house like that before.
You should say, I see they got rid of the strap marks around your face now.
Yeah, I'm all right. I got out of the basement in the end. I got the ball gag out of my mouth. Yeah, but anyway, we went there and went down into the backyard, and I mean the patio and barbecue area and TV. I mean, the TV screen he had, the guy had on his deck, was bigger than like walls in my house. It was just outrageous, right? And then they go, oh, yeah, just go through that door there. Walked in, and then it was sort of a darkened room. The machines weren't on, and this guy met the guy whose place it was, and he just goes, Alexa, turn machines on, and the whole fucking place just goes. Just 35 pinball machines the guy had in his basement, and arcades lining up all around the sides and everything. I mean, if you were hands down, if any of us became super loaded, that is the basement we would have. I mean, I couldn't stop looking. At one point, I was just playing pachinko. He had a pachinko machine. I never played pachinko before. And I was looking in another cabinet, and he had, it must have been almost every Game and Watch he had in there. All the mini arcade machines were there. I mean, it was just insane. I've never seen anything like it.
No.
So that was cool, really cool. Yeah, and then then we had a pinball tournament, and I made the playoffs, which was nice. I shanked both my playoff matches, fucked them just royally. But by that point, it was nearly 11 o'clock at night, and I was like, "That's good."
Way past your bedtime.
Well, past my bedtime.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was great. What an experience, right?
How many there was there? Do you reckon?
I think 25, maybe.
What, and you're just like playing them on like 6 or 7 machines, was you?
I think we had 8 rounds, so you played eight games and then the playoffs, or something like that. So it was good.
Any,
he had
any machines that you'd not seen before there that you'd
mate.
get on, or?
Oh, okay. So there were a couple of. First of all, he had a bank of all modern machines, and they weren't just modern machines. They were every limited edition. They all had signatures. They had every extra you could buy for these machines.
Extras?
He had some. Yeah, like when you buy a machine, you can buy just like a standard machine, or you can buy the Pro, or you can buy the Premium.
Oh, okay.
And they will now cater to the different tiers you want to spend, and they will do things on the top of the machine that light up. Like if you buy Godzilla, there's a whole thing you can have with a lit up Godzilla breathing fire and all this stuff.
Right.
Different side panels, different plungers, all sorts of extras. Right?
Okay, right. Yeah.
Spend what you want to spend. So that was pretty cool. He had one game which I'd really had heard about. It's called Whoa Nelly Big Juicy Melons, which
sounds good.
And I really wanted to, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's got big juicy melons." So
yes, he does.
And that's actually a really interesting game. It's so old. It's like a really old school.
Does sound like it might be a bit old school.
It's a really old school pinball machine made in modern times. It's really stands out on it. It's a very unique machine. I also played the Weird Al machine. They had Weird Al, which is on what they call the P3 platform. I'd never heard of this. It was the most odd machine I've ever played, I think.
Was it weird?
And it's a modular platform. I had to go look it up later. And so you buy the pinball machine, but then you can swap out the play fields and swap out the boards and things and change everything. So it's a modular
you can
system.
put like different like types of banks of bits on one side.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and then underneath the play field is an LED machine, so there's a whole it's very software driven too on what you can do. So yeah, it's just phenomenal, right? So, but anyway, if you remember going back to when if you can go back and check this, but when you go back to the start of the year when I was getting back into pinball, I said there were 3 goals I had. One of them was to make top 1,000 in the rankings. I just broke top 10,000, so I'm on my way, boys. I'm working on it. The other one was to win something. I'm nowhere near that. Don't know when that's going to happen, but I'm holding out hope. And the other thing was, the third thing I wanted was to play in Jim's basement. Does anybody remember me mentioning Jim's basement?
Jim's basement being a thing.
Jim's basement. I just signed up to play. I just signed up to play in Jim's basement.
Was this not Jim's basement that you went to?
No, this was somebody else's.
Oh my god, someone else has got a basement.
Well, I thought Jim's basement was the holy grail of where you needed to play, but it's not. But still, I really didn't want to.
It's the most well-known place for people wanting to play.
Yeah, these tournaments, they're not that cheap. Like they're $50 entrance, and plus you got to drive there and all that sort of stuff. So it's it's not without its cost. But I got to play Jim's basement, haven't I? I said I would. I got to play Jim's basement, so I'm going to play Jim's basement in a couple of weeks.
So you have to be top 1,000 to get to Jim's basement.
I don't know. Well, no, maybe top 10,000. Well, actually, they haven't replied to me. I've paid my money, but I haven't had a response yet. So
Right.
maybe they're like, no, this
is
scrub. They want me. I'm a cash cow now. They know it. I don't take the money.
I got to sign off. Thanks for having me.
Coming.
Congratulations on 200. Neil, get your other thing set up so you have the 3 screens. Are you ready to press the button?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready.
All right. Dave, Fraze, Neil, congratulations. Fraze, I'll see you in the bayou.
Cheers, Gary.
Will do, Gary. Yeah, catch you later, mate.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming. Yeah.
Seamless.
So yeah, seamless. That's great. Yeah, thanks, Gaza. It's good to have the default on. Yeah, so that's the pinball. It's pretty mental. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I've been up to.
Cool.
Well, that
I've
sounds
done fuck
much
all.
more interesting. Yeah. I've only got a few things.
How's your table hunting?
Oh, yeah.
Table hunt. I've bought a table.
Oh
Have you?
yeah.
When do you get the table?
It's in.
Wow.
Right. So.
Can we see the table?
Well, not at the, well. No, not at the moment. I'll send you a picture later.
Don't need to.
But so I went to where did I?
IKEA.
No,
Did
I
not
went
go to IKEA. They only do veneer in IKEA.
Oh yeah, no. I can't. Leighton Buzzard. Went to Leighton Buzzard.
Ah.
The Oak Furniture Warehouse
I don't even know where that is.
near you.
Of course you don't. You don't get oak furniture. You're at IKEA, mate. Dave
Not an
wants his
oak
living
furniture
edge.
place in Buzzard.
So while I was there, we're looking through, and we were nearly going to put down nearly £2,000 for a table, and my dad messaged me and said, "Are you still looking for tables?" And so I rang him. Said, "Yeah, why?" He said, "Literally one on eBay, gonna finish in about half an hour. That was very similar to one that I was looking at."
Right.
So I looked at it. Literally, nobody else had bid on it on eBay. Bid on it. Went, "Okay, to pick up now." Like, yeah, right. And I did. And when I got a table and one bench, they didn't have any additional chairs. So we're still
So
looking.
now you've got to
at
buy
chairs.
chairs.
So we've got chairs from our previous chairs and tables. So we've got 4 chairs and a bench, and that's probably about right for it. So we need to put the other table on and chairs to sell, but I'm looking for some to buy. So yeah, it was like £300.
There you go,
Nice.
mate. That's
And
much better.
yeah, it was John Lewis from about 6 years ago.
Let someone else do the heavy lifting, and then you just sweep in
Yeah.
afterwards, right? That's what we did with our table. It's
Yeah.
fucking fun. I looked up my table to buy it new would be $5-6 grand. We got it for like $300,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah, the
somebody
bench
That
died.
ain't
itself.
from IKEA, is it?
You
But
don't get that
the
from
bench
IKEA.
itself would be like £800, and the table they don't do anymore, but they were selling for 2.5 when it was.
Do you have to
when it was being
wax
sold,
it and
so-
stuff? You get a real one and all that sort of crap.
You should always be waxing it, Neil.
Mm.
Wax it daily.
Wax the dolphin.
What?
You need to twice a year.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Oil it.
Yeah, just put a bit of linseed oil on or something. Yeah, whatever you fancy.
Good. I'm glad that worked out. Much
But
better
yeah,
than dropping.
so instead of like stressing over a table being like actually delivered for Christmas and all that,
Beautiful.
like save nearly
Ah, mate, look, you've recycled. You put the money in someone else's pocket. You haven't put the money
No.
in a corporation's pocket. You know,
Yeah.
it's win-win-win, right?
Yeah.
Now you
it
can
was-
afford the graphics card.
yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah, it's funny.
Dave's getting a second motorbike.
A
Project
but yeah,
bike.
the lady that we bought it off, she was I think she was sad to see it go actually. So yeah, I think they'd had it for
How many
as a
times
family
she got laid
table.
on that table?
Oh, I don't know. He shouldn't have. I wonder if I'd ordered it first.
Should have
Just
checked that
repeat
before you
right
bought
off.
it.
Don't repeat
Should've
this to the missus. Don't spoil it. I'm going to be looking at my table going,
But yeah, that's it. That was my table story.
Cool.
With some of the money I saved, I thought I've been
Here we
meaning to
go.
get. I've been meaning to get
Here we go.
a UPS for my
Oh,
NAS.
right. I thought this
so-
was yes, as in the delivery company.
No,
Sorry.
UPS.
Interruptible.
Uninterruptible power supply. So I bought one off Amazon. So about £150, a good one. 700 watts. Anyway, plugged it in and it went bang, and the
Oh.
fucking electric went, and I was like, "Fuck's sake!" So I sent that back. So not only did it not save me, well, luckily I'd already powered down my NAS and everything, and I just plugged it in. And I thought, I'll just test it before I plug everything into it. Yeah, literally plugged it in. The fucking power went out of the whole house. It tripped.
Are you replacing it, or are you just fucking it off?
Fuck it. No. Right. So I was gonna.
You say it was a
But-
good one. Is that because it had loads of positive reviews on Amazon?
It had loads of positive reviews.
Yeah.
It was
Don't fucking trust a
Eaton.
word of them.
It was Eaton. It was actually a recognised brand for UPSs.
I've got a thing I did this week now. That's reminded me of something that happened this week.
But yeah, the missus smelt smoke, so she's like,
Mm.
no, don't want it.
Right.
Like, if the power goes and you NAS is
Who
fucked,
gives a
then-
fuck, right?
then,
Well,
yeah,
your NAS isn't going to be fucked. It's just going to be
it's
rebooted.
it's just gonna have to
gonna reboot.
updated, mate.
You've
I've
got a
always
RAID
thought
in
a
there and all
UPS.
that.
If I was going to get a UPS, the only thing I'd want to put it on is my internet. It's my.
Well, that's
my,
well, I did.
modem.
I was going to put on my so we've got fiber optic, so it's got a little thing. I was going to put that on. I was going to put my what's it called? My TP-Link Wi-Fi. I put that on, and the switch, and the 2 NASs I've got. So yeah,
Because the reboot on my Wi-Fi is brutally long.
yeah. Well, see, I thought if that's the same as me. If the power goes out, then I've still got internet. So for my mobile, for laptops or anything, and the power doesn't really go off for that long anyway. It's just more inconvenience of having to tether my phone or anything. So, yeah, it was that. But I was gonna do that, and then no, it popped, smelt smoky. Miss like, nope, don't want one of them in my house because she just
Right.
doesn't trust it anymore. So yeah, so sent that back, getting the money back.
And your balls are in her pocket, so that's it, right? Happy wife, happy life. That's what it's all about. Right?
Yeah,
Pick your battles. Pick your battles. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's been watching Upload. It's an
No.
Amazon Prime, Amazon Video series.
It's been a while
It's
since
really-
the last one, isn't it? I
It
feel like that
has,
was
yeah.
on ages ago.
Yeah. They've come out with season 3. They've dumped all season 3 on Amazon Prime now. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, it follows the story of before you die, your head basically gets disintegrated and digitalized and uploaded to a cloud-based sort of interactive reality.
Like the Talos
it's-
principle.
Yes. And it's the story of the main character, I can't remember his name, of how he got there. And it's a monopoly at the moment that controls this, and that the main character was involved with creating a separate company that was like a free version. But yeah, it's an interesting story. Love the characters. I think I've got like the last episode of season 3 to watch. It's just a nice. It's a sort of a futuristic. I think they're like they don't say they're any point in the future, but you always get the impression that it's not
Because
so
they could
far
upload
future.
their consciousness into the internet, so yeah.
Well, yeah,
It's a bit futuristic.
it is. Yeah, but there's nothing that's like.
Do they still have
beyond
Twitter
realistic.
in this alternative reality?
They have social medias. They don't call out Twitter like.
It's not called Twitter in this reality either anymore, apparently.
No, well, yeah, that's it. We're in the alternative reality where it's not Twitter anymore. So yeah, there is social media, but yeah, it's a not so distant future setting. It's really interesting, really good. I'm enjoying it.
What should we do?
You should check it out. And
We're like a well-oiled machine, boys.
yeah.
I love it.
You just read the comment. We had a new comment from Lou in the
Ooh,
Discord.
Oh yeah, should I read it?
I'll do my last one and then you can read it. I heard on the radio that Snoop Dogg was giving up the wacky wacky.
Yeah,
I saw that today.
I
I wouldn't be surprised if he has smoking health issues. Let's be honest,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Surprised he's lasted
Edibles are
this
the
long.
way. Edibles are the way.
he's
I
getting
thought
on
it
a
was
bit
to do
now.
with his family life, wasn't it?
He's the same age as me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking.
You're getting on a bit, Fraser. It's true. No, but you know what? I smoked a bit recently, and it is harsh. Even like, I mean, we're not talking cigarette badness here by any means, but still, if you were regularly putting that
Hmm.
weed smoke in there, that still can't be good for you. I mean, I can feel it on my chest and whatnot, even just after one or two. And I don't
I
smoke
don't
very
think they've
often.
done substantial testing into prolonged marijuana smoking versus like what we've had loads of obviously research into cigarette smoking.
Or you can just generally see the people dying from it.
Well, yeah, you know, there's not as many people
Aha.
smoking the wacky as there is smoking cigarettes. Well, maybe there is nowadays. I don't know.
There is now, mate, over here. I can tell you
But-
that for sure.
Maybe Snoop Dogg is the research.
Yeah.
And they're scientifically like finding out what happens when he quits.
I would say when I take my
Maybe he'll
dog
start
out,
making some good music.
when we go out in public, I reckon it's 50-50 if you between smelling cigarettes and smelling weed. Smell weed everywhere. It's fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't smell cigarette. To smell people smoking is very unusual.
I don't like. I can't stand the smell of cigarettes. I used to
It's
smoke,
awful.
but yeah, it's fucking disgusting. When
Mm.
it's something like someone there's like at work, obviously you're not allowed to smoke indoors. Like you used to be able to smoke in the restaurant. That's like the ceiling used to be orange in the smoking area. It's gross. If that doesn't give you a clue how bad it is, it's like
Yeah.
But yeah, now if someone's smoking out, like you have to go outside, and if someone leaves the door open slightly, I can smell that fucking cigarette smoke like the other side of the shop. It fucking stinks. Yeah.
So
I've
you
got,
lamenting? Are you lamenting Snoop Dogg's statement then? Poor old Snoop Dogg.
Poor old Snoop Dogg. He's kind of built his.
He's gonna have
he's-
to grow up a bit, isn't he? It's about time.
He's built his little media empire. His
brand.
image. Yeah, the Snoop Dogg brand.
The brand is changing. It's evolving.
Keeping you up.
Yes. All right. Okay. Well, let's
Imagine
move on. Then.
Nappuccino. I've got a thing about good reviews not actually equaling good things.
What are you talking about?
Because he was on about his UPS having all these good Amazon reviews, and that reminded me of something that happened this week.
Ah,
yeah.
yes.
Because I went and booked an MOT, but I'm trying to book an MOT at this time of the year is a fucking nightmare, because this is the sort of roughly the time of year that after COVID you could book your MOTs again.
Right.
So now there's fucking shitloads of MOTs due around these like the last 2 to 3 months or whatever.
Can you not just fuck it off for a month?
No, you can't just fuck it off for a month, because then you can't drive the car.
Why
Not
not?
legally anyway.
Well, you got two cars.
Well, Neil, I'll correct on that. If you've got one and you can show, or if you've got an appointment, you can show
Yeah.
that you've tried to get an appointment before the date. It's
How
frowned
am I going to
upon.
prove a phone call to anyone? Like anyway, doesn't really matter.
You literally.
You can
yeah.
get MOTs. It's just that
Yeah.
you need to make sure you're ahead of the game. I used to set my reminder 2 weeks before it ran out. 2
Right.
weeks is not sufficient anymore. It needs to be a month.
Oh yeah.
So, tip for you if you have an MOT due this time of year, book
Is
it
this
a
the
month in
MOT for
advance.
the QQ?
For
or
the
is this
QQ.
for the Fiesta Forever?
For the QQ. The Fiesta got done at a different time of year anyway.
Is this
That
the
car
last
is just
MOT for the
great.
Q?
QQ did nothing but problems.
It's fine. The QQ's fine. Apart from the radio system, which is fucking bollocks.
I thought you were getting a BMW. Where's
I
that?
can't
What
get
happened
a
with that?
BMW. I keep looking, but
You
they're
can
too
do whatever
expensive.
you want.
I can.
Oh,
I have
mate.
the money, but I don't want to spend all that money.
Oh, come on. Well, this sounds familiar. Shoes on the other foot now, isn't it? Come on, money bags.
Bit different, isn't it? Bit different from $30 or whatever to fucking 18,000.
$100.
All right. It's not $100 for fucking Super Mario.
It is if you walk into GameStop right now
That's
and buy it on
ridiculous.
cartridge.
You could get it for 40 quid over here or less.
Yeah, that
Regularly.
is $100.
Is it?
No.
Anyway, so I couldn't book my MOT in my normal place before it ran out, so I had to fucking start phoning around. Phoned a couple of places, didn't even bother answering the phone. Pain in the ass. Anyway, I found this one place on Google reviews, had 4.8 rating. Didn't really look into it much further than that. I was like, that's fine. I'll phone them. Guy answers the phone. Can I book an MOT? Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Sorted it all out. Literally within a couple of days, I was like, well, the alarm bells are ringing a little bit there. Got in there rather too easy. So he's like, can you bring it? Well, I can't remember what time I booked it for initially. He's like, oh, are you going to wait or are you going to leave it here? I was like, oh, I'll probably just leave it there. He was like, oh, you can just drop it at 9 o'clock then. I was like, okay, I'll drop it at 9 o'clock. So I went down at 9 o'clock. There's fucking no one there.
Of course
so I waited
not.
around for like 20 minutes.
Somewhere, probably.
Fucking waited. Fucking, and I was like, get out, ring the fucking bell. They got a video doorbell thing, ring the bell, no fucking answer. I'm like, well, fuck this. Sat in their car park, booked my MOT somewhere else and fucked off. But that's not till next Friday. And I haven't heard a peep from them. They gave them my number and everything, and they haven't phoned me to say you didn't turn up for your MOT. And I'm like, if they do phone me, I'll be like, yeah, you weren't fucking there. Fuck off.
They don't give a shit, mate.
So, and then when I looked back at the amount of reviews they'd only had 5 reviews. And I looked at the people who'd given them good reviews, and randomly they'd given loads of positive reviews to all these weird, different places around the country. And I was like, fucking bullshit reviews. Yeah, and that was on Google.
That's so random. That's so random.
Yeah. Fucking pain in the ass.
So anyway, when is your MOT then?
Next Friday.
Right. All right.
Big news next Friday.
Look forward to that report. All right, let's should we move on to what we've been playing?
We can do. Do you need your wee break?
No, I don't. I've drunk lots of tea and I still don't need a wee, so I think I'm dehydrated. So
maybe you're coming down with something.
You know what? I thought I might be.
Uh-oh.
The season. I don't know how long I can get away with it.
Don't speak to people. That's the easiest way to get around it.
Go to people's basements. Cram 25 people in a basement. Anyway, I'm my own worst enemy. All right. Neil, you might as well start us off.
Right. There's a lot of games on my list, but I've not played loads of some of them. Most of them, in fact. So I've just been saying, I'm still playing Forza Motorsport. I can talk a little bit about that, not for very long. Not played loads of it. It's had a big update this week. They've added a new track. I haven't played that yet. Yas Marina, which one's that?
Yas
Is that
Marina.
Abu Dhabi?
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi? Yeah. So it's an F1 track been put into the game. It was in Forza Motorsport 6, I think.
Right.
I've been to Abu Dhabi.
Have you? Have you been to Yas Marina? It's in the harbour.
Nope. I probably wasn't there.
No, you're probably not.
It's probably just
Depends
when
where
you went.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't played that, but it's all there. And they've made some more changes. They've added some new playlists. And when I said hopper last week, and you were like, what the fuck is a hopper? And I said it was like a server. I was thought about it afterwards. I was like, it's not really like a server. It's like a playlist rather than a server. You don't go to a location. It's like just a thing that does the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah. So there's what they're calling, there's a featured playlist now where each week over 4 weeks they change the car. So everyone racing the same car, and it's maxed at like a certain power rating. So you can upgrade it, but only not very far in the first week at least. So the car starts at like 640, and you're allowed to up it to six something, and it's allowed to up to be 700. So you can't make it a full-on race version with like everything on it. You've got a limited. You can be quite flexible to get to 700 and put it how you want it. With like you can add a load of aero on. Well, usually you're adding aero on makes it lower, so that's probably a good thing to do anyway. Or you can obviously you can put loads of stuff into the power, or you can just put it into the handling and make it go around corners better, or you can make it faster and all that sort of stuff. So you're getting variation, but not loads. It's all everyone's driving the same car. And so I did a couple of them because I started off with a brand new car, so my car was shit when I went in the first race. Compared to the people who have been like doing it a few times or up their car before they went in. There was a bit of a weird thing in there. I was like, there was a guy who qualified extremely rapidly in a 700 rated car, and his driver level was only 2. I was like, how the fuck do you do that? Like, come in, get a brand new car, up it to like 700 PI, and only be on driver level 2, which was a bit weird. Which was something I noticed. I was like, that's a bit sus. But anyway, because obviously, like,
Shit, you
driver
never
level
got to the
goes up
bottom of
quite
it.
quick. No, I couldn't be asked to find that much out. It's not going to not like I'm going to message him or anything, is it? Maybe it might have been a display issue. I was
I
like,
don't
that's
know.
a bit weird.
I've seen people do weirder shit.
Yeah, well, not me. Anyway, so anyway, but what's happened in the last few races is I've had quite a few bumps and bangs.
Oh dear.
So my proud
Yeah.
S safety rating is now down to
Oh
B.
no!
A B.
I got massively
Oh,
stitched up
mate.
though. I was in
Homer
one race.
Simpson.
Right? I was in one race, right? So the start is absolute chaos generally, obviously, because there's like 20 odd cars trying to get through turn 1, 2, 3, and 4 until it kind of evens out a bit. And like, I'm just like going along quite nicely, loads of keeping my distance from everyone, and then right in front of me, 2 cars get tangled together, literally right in front of me. One of them suddenly literally side on, and just going from like right to the left of my screen. And I'm like, we're going around a right hand bend, so I'm like, what the fuck? Slam my brakes on, and just went bosh straight into this car. I got a 4-second penalty. I was like, what the fuck was I supposed to do there? I couldn't do anything. I had the brakes on and everything. 4-second penalty. I was like, well, that's not going to be good for my safety rating, is it? And it wasn't, because it went down immediately after that race. And I was like,
Did
that's
it really?
Lol.
Was it that bad on that? Just that one accident?
crash, and then I've had 2. There was another one, a bit not quite as bad as that, but like a similar incident. Like someone else crashed into someone, and then I crashed into that person they got crashed into, and they went flying off the track. And I was like, well, that's not really my fault. I couldn't fucking do anything about that. But I got another 2-second penalty for that. So for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And no, so I'm not happy with that.
I've been because I'm on Reddit, the Forza Motorsport channel, and there's loads of people complaining about things like that, whereas like unavoidable accidents or like being just in the wrong place in the wrong time when somebody else has had an accident. And the consensus is if the game thinks you've benefited from it, i.e.
you get a penalty.
You get a penalty. So even if you get forced off the track, if you continue to accelerate, you'll get a penalty.
Yeah, what I tend to do if I've fucked a corner and I'm going off the outside of it, I'll like let off the accelerator.
Yeah.
And that's usually enough to avoid a penalty. But I did that yesterday. I was like, I went just off the right, and I just let off the accelerator until I pulled back on the track. And then I didn't really lose much time, and I got a fucking 1-second penalty for that as well. This is doing my nuts in. I'm getting penalties for all sorts of stuff. So yeah, been a bad boy this week.
And what I didn't realise is most people use the flags or the edge of the track displays, especially on most of the replays that I see, and it's really weird that sometimes the
What do you mean
white
by
line
that?
is so on your accessibility,
All
on your
right.
difficulty, there is a option to choose to show the edge of the track either by flags or by a line.
Okay.
And sometimes the white line is the edge of the track, even when there is.
Oh, this is like Formula One all over this, isn't it?
Yeah. But even when there is a what's it called? Not
Curb.
chicane. A curb, the edge of the track is the white line. But on some tracks, on some curbs, it's the edge of the
curb on the other side
itself.
of the outside of the curb. Usually I find like as long as I've got 2 wheels, 2 inside wheels still on the curb, even if I'm in the grass on the outside, then I'm still on the track.
It's
usually.
not always. It's on different tracks, on different corners. It's different. It's weird. So yeah, like it was interesting watching because I watched quite a few of those videos on there. I've seen various accidents and what did I do wrong or what not. And most people have that, and it's interesting to see that that. And the best one is there's one with a corkscrew that's a really tight
Laguna
left
Seca.
right.
Yeah.
That edge is actually not where you think it is on the.
It's very difficult if you're driving inside the car. It's incredibly difficult to see the track during that corkscrew moment.
Yeah, but you've got a lot more leeway than you actually realise. Because I've always tried to sort of be within sort of just clipping the curves on that bit, but if you actually look and see videos on it, like there's a bit where you can nearly straight line it. It's really
Yeah,
it's really
I kind of know the line through the corkscrew because of playing
right.
it thousands of times.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But yeah,
it's
I do
quite-
like that track. I love the corkscrew at Laguna Seca. Laguna Seca, I love that track. Probably have a really bad race there next time I said that.
yeah.
But yeah, I still like. They're obviously going to be. I don't know. They've basically said what's going to be this in this featured playlist now for the next. It'll be a different car every week for the next 4 weeks, and if you do it every week, then you'll get a reward at the end of it or something.
Okay.
And then I've been playing a bit more of the single player campaign to try and finish off the tours. But they've added a new tour to the single player as well.
Didn't you say they were taking one out or something?
Yeah,
right?
it's. I can't remember what. It looks like the same thing, but they've just basically I don't know what they've done. Maybe it was slightly different groups of classes because it was like CB, ANS, I think, before. I don't know what it is this time. I haven't looked properly. But yeah, still playing Forza. I just thought I'll just boot it up for a minute and then played it for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So still liking that. Do you want me to go for another one?
Sure.
Go for another one.
Go for it.
Right.
You're a winner.
I managed to talk about that for quite a long time, considering I said I wasn't going to really talk about it.
Yes.
Um,
There was literally a point in there I went, fuck it, I'm not saying anything. This is just- it's just-
all right, another game I've not played loads of. Like a Dragon, I carried on playing that. Can't really say too much. I've just progressed a bit in the story, and it's just the same stuff. What have I've unlocked some new stuff. Because I had told you about the little funny whip thing that you got in the Agent Fighting Style. I've unlocked a drone that helps me in the fights now, in the Agent style. Met some guy, like you hold down Y or triangle, and you call in a load of drones, and they like just basically like buzz around when you're in a group fight, they're just like you see it like twatting into their heads, they're like trying to flap away at it and stuff like that, while you're like beating the shit out of their mates and stuff like that. So it's quite funny.
It's got a good sense of humor, though.
Yeah, it has totally. Yeah, it's funny. And that was one of the things. Like you've done that. You have to. There's usually a point in these games where you have to do a hostess thing, where you have to go to one of the nightclubs and chat to a lady, and they'll ask you questions, and depending on what you answer, they'll be like, "Oh, that was great," or like, "Fucking hell, what the fuck are you on about, mate?" So what they've done in this one, because it's like you meet some woman who's like, she helps all the homeless guys, because the homeless thing is always a big deal in these games. The homeless people, they're always like everywhere, and they always help you out. And there's kind of this weird respect for being homeless in like the story, like sort of thing. It's like obviously no one wants to be homeless, but like no one like they kind of don't look down on them at all. They're like obviously you're on tough times, and there's always like a place you go and where they're all looking after the homeless, usually underground or something, and there's like a doctor there helping you out and all that sort of stuff. But in this game, this woman, she's like looks out for the homeless people, and you start doing jobs for her. And what was the point? I started something that triggered this thought, and now I can't remember what it was. So yeah, you're doing a load of missions for her, going around the town, and they'll be like you're just getting into scuffles and stuff like that, or doing like rescuing footballs from trees or ants from trees and stuff, random shit like you do in Yakuza. Oh, fucking hell, it's annoying. I've forgotten what I was going to say about her.
You're talking about chatting up this woman.
Oh, that's right. So one of the missions she says is, I need you to go and check out this new, I can't remember what they call them. It's not a hostess club, is it? I can't remember what they call them. But she's like, it's the new immersive club. And I was like, all right. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Is it going to be in VR? And what they've done in this game is normally it's like the same sort of character models that you have. But the immersive club is literally like a real woman there talking to you. I was like, this is really fucking weird. It's like totally weird. So yeah, they filmed some women, obviously playing the role of these hostesses, and I was like, oh, this is too fucking weird. It's like if my wife walks in right now, she'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes.
I was like, quick, get through this fucking bit quick. Get through this bit quick. So, because you have to do that bit to progress the fucking story on. It's like, oh, fuck's sake. Fuck. I don't really like these bits of the game, but they're there if you like it, I guess. Because in the old games, you become like the boss of the hostess club or whatever, and you're fucking managing
Yeah.
the ladies and all that shit. I haven't had to do that in this one, but maybe it's there. I don't know. But the clubs are still there, and the hostesses are still there. But now they're real, and it's really weird. But yeah, that's Yakuza. Well, like a dragon guide Enderman who raised his name, as it's now called.
Okay, before you go on, I'm just going to Tim Reaper says congrats on the 200 episodes, lads, in the Twitch chat. Thanks, Tim. That's much appreciated. And then we forgot about Lou's message. So let me just get to that quickly before we forget about that. I can't even remember where it is.
It's in the Discord.
Discord. Where?
The show comments.
I think I've just erased it.
You can't. It's still on my screen.
Where is it? No, where is show comments?
What are you like, old man?
There it is. Sorry, I minimized the whatever. Anyway, okay. Lou says, love you guys and congrats on your double century. I know everybody else probably breezes by the footy report and gets excited for the gaming talk. Don't kid yourself on that one there, Lou. But you know I love the footy talk, so keep on killing it with that. Your pod style and the interplay between hosts is done with aplomb. Wish you 2,000 more. And of course, Fraser and anyone else, of course, I hope to see you in Dayton for some planes. SR-71 Blackbird, yes, please. And flying with Mary Jane later. Congrats again. Oh, and make sure to play up Gar's appearance. Mike Red gets very jealous when he appears on non-Garcast pods. Well, I mean, he's a premier guest, is our Gar.
Yeah.
Right, Mike?
He's coming back, apparently.
Is he?
I don't know.
Thanks, Lou, man. It's been absolutely wonderful getting to know you over these past few months with the football and the whatnot and the everything else. And I will definitely see you in Dayton at some point. Maybe we can drag one of these boys down there. We can get them across the pond.
Not just down the road, is it, for us? That's a sure problem. How far is that for you?
These barriers. Just fucking do it. Make it happen. Get your fucking BMW and get on a plane.
I don't get on planes or BMWs.
You know what BMW stands for? You definitely
Big man walking.
All right, let's keep going before we get ourselves in trouble. All right, Dave, do you want to do one?
Yeah. I don't think I talked about this last week, but I've got back into RimWorld.
Oh,
in
jeez.
big style. Yeah.
Oh,
I
no.
think-
Big style. Does that mean you've been
Is
doing
this-
some 3 and 4s?
Yes.
Oh, Dave.
I don't know why.
Is this new stuff in the RimWorld, or is this?
This is no. There is no new. There's always updates to it, but I'm playing just the DLC, so no actual mods or anything. I don't think I've ever played without mods. I've played once or twice without mods, and then started downloading mods and putting into it. But no, this is my first time without mods, but all the DLC all together. So there's a royalty. What is that? There's a royalty. There's a machines, and there's something else. There's another mod as well.
Looks like something bad happened in the video we're showing.
Something bad always happens in RimWorld. It's so ideology. So belief systems, ideology, royalty, and biotech. And yeah, as a story maker, it's fantastic. Yeah, like my I've got one character, I can't remember what it's called, but he's a cannibal, and like he's the only cannibal in the colony of like 8 people, and when he goes berserk, he properly goes berserk. Last time he went berserk, he killed 2 prisoners before I could recruit them. So I've got a little separate area off to the side from him. So when he gets his hunger pangs for human flesh, I sort of make him go to his own little place. He's got a little store for him to cut up and cook, and he has a little food.
How do those
has a
people
little
get
nibble.
into there, Dave?
So no, it's like a separate building that I've.
But he's got
like,
to cure human corpses in.
Yeah. You always
So-
end up with human corpses. There's always like raids.
Anyone who
or...
has an unfortunate incident, it ends up in the box.
Yeah. Or also, yeah, it's yeah. You end up in this little freezer just for just to keep people
How long
safe.
do you have to
like,
defrost them in the microwave before they're edible?
But yeah, it's just it just made me laugh like that. But just the fact that I was like, oh, okay, right, I've got to make him his own little building, his own little freezer, his own little butchery and cooking spot, and then yeah, like he does it over in his separate area, and then he comes back and it's fine. He lasts a couple of weeks, he's all right, and then yeah, get a little
Then he gets
countdown on
hungry.
him.
Yeah, he
Saying,
has to eat every couple of weeks, does he?
he only has to consume human flesh. Or else he gets really cranky, and yeah, when he goes.
You ever thought he might be
psychotic.
more trouble than he's worth?
he's a really good. What is he good at? He's really good at
Eating people.
Planting. He's
Planting.
he's one of my main sort of growers of crops and stuff.
You can't get anyone better.
I probably could, but it's
a bit too much hassle.
Nobody's perfect nowadays.
No,
So,
I suppose.
Everyone's included.
Good.
It's a very inclusive society. I hold. But yeah, it's the stupid things like that make me come back. That it's a complete random. And yeah, you're right. I could just bin him off. I could send him out on a suicide
You could eat
mission.
him. You probably want that sooner or later.
Yeah. So yeah, it's it tickles my boat. It's one of them. It's a colony sim, but it's yeah, the stories that you create yourself.
Well, you keep coming back to it, right? It's got to be one of your top games of all time, right? I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I'd like if there's a listener out there who's got nothing better to do, go back and see if you can find the last time Dave played RimWorld and what he said when he was finishing up, because I'm pretty sure it was.
It was. I'm not sure if it was this year. It might have been last year, but yeah, no, it's.
Luckily, we're very good at putting the game.
We, as in you.
We all are. It's a joint effort, so we can search that.
So yeah, that's RimWorld.
Some 3 and 4 o'clock sessions this week, then, Dave, on that.
A couple, yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yes. Yeah. Never mind.
Never mind, Dave.
No, not on purpose. It was like literally like.
It's not your fault, man. It's not your fault.
Just look up and go, oh shit.
Well, you see the clock and it's 12:30. You think,
it's the game's
do
fault.
this for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's the game's fault.
2, right.
All right. Okay. Neil?
Right. Well, we've mentioned it. I have still been playing Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I'd still love it. I don't know how people can not just love it. It's like, I don't know.
You can't please everyone.
I don't know. I've got the royal seed for the magma world, whatever it's called, magma levels, where it's all like flames and stuff, obviously. Which was the bottom left, which was the sort of looked like it was going to be the hardest bit. So I've got me thing from there, and now I've gone back to the desert area where there's like an oasis, and then I'm not going to do a terrible Mancunian accent for that bit, but there's I can't remember basically I'm in the second from last main area for me, because you can, like I say, the last 3 areas it gives you the option to go to one of 3, but you could just like do a little bit of one and then go back to another one. But I finished the magma level, gone to the desert level, can't remember the other one, which I haven't been to yet. So the desert, like I say, there is an oasis in the middle, and like basically all the water's been drained out of the area, sort of thing. So there's, in some of the levels where you've got the magma, there's little like jugs of water that you can chuck at the hot stones and they go hard and things like that. But and they don't keep burning you and stuff like that. But most of the jugs that you pick up in this desert area have no water in, so you can't use the water as a mechanic, because the water does more than just that in the Super Mario Wonder. There's different things that you can, like when you're the elephant, if you stand in like a little fountain,
Oh my god! Does the elephant blow water out of his
you
nose?
like when you're in the there's like occasionally like a little fountain, and if you're the elephant, you press like to flick your trunk, and he hoovers up a load of water into his trunk, and then when you run around, you can like spray water at stuff and stuff. Like that.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. See, how is this game like? How can anyone not love this game? It's full of stuff, just great, and all the platform is really hard. Good. There's occasionally really hard stuff, but mostly the really really hard stuff is kind of optional. I think. I don't think I've had to do anything. Like you've had to do some of the really hard stuff to get the stuff that you need to get on. But yeah, it's just fucking awesome. So hopefully I'll make a bit more progress. I might, if I get to play it a few times in the next week or so, I might have it finished. I should have that finished in the next couple of weeks, I reckon. There's a lot there, but all of it great. So
All right.
that's Super Mario Brothers Wonder. More to come.
Dave.
What have Marvel Midnight Suns. I've been playing some more of that. I've literally just sort of I've got through. I think the first 5 or 6 hours is very story driven,
Yeah, you were saying that. I think.
and then I've got through that, and now it's just a do the missions, get the upgrades, do the things. There's a lot less of the story has not, it's not petered out, but it's being interspersed more regularly at further intervals.
Right.
But the combat is still really good. It's still really interesting. The card based system of choosing your attacks and being dealt which attacks get given out. You get like 6 or 7 different cards from your 3 characters that you pull into a fight sequence, and you got to just make sure you evenly spread like attacks and defense and buffs between them. You do have some abilities to re-roll some of the cards if you get a particularly bad bunch, but you've only got a few of them, but you've got ways of buffing that amount with
Right.
different characters and stuff. So yeah, it's still really good. I'm still pushing to get I'm getting 4 or 5 characters that I like to take into battles more than anybody else. One feature that I didn't realize until a couple of days ago was one of my characters got KO'd in the actual round itself, but I revived them. But they had a sort of a permanent health. Well, it wasn't a permanent. It's a temporary health
Penalty.
debuff on them for a few days.
Oh, what does
so
that battle?
Huh? Not just that
just that
battle.
one
No.
battle, yeah.
So like for 3 or 4 battles afterwards, they had a plus 50% damage multiplier on environmental damage. So if they were pushed into scenery or got hit by characters using any of the environmental bits, they'd have lost double. Don't know.
50% extra.
50% extra. Yeah, that is double.
No, it's not.
Is it not? Is it?
No. It's 1.5.
It's 1.5, right? Yeah. But yeah, so that I was encouraged not to use that character, which I didn't. But yeah, I didn't realize that was a thing, and it's quite a good way. So there was a few battles I had to sort of choose other characters that I wouldn't have initially chosen to bring in. But yeah, it's still good. It still makes you think. The battles, I've got them down to a T now, so I there's I don't know, it's like 8 or 9 different environments, and there's only so many different environmental sort of things that can be put into these maps. I'm not sure if they're procedurally generated, but they feel different enough that they are the puzzle of how to approach it and attack which opponents to attack in which
have
order.
you failed a battle?
Yeah, you just get the option to restart it.
Does it literally restart the same though, like the same battle with the same locations sort of thing.
Some of the battles are chained, so you go from one to the other straight away. You don't go back to the main
Yeah.
place. Some of them are just one and done. If you fail, you've got the you can either reload the last save point, which is before you go into the battle, or you could just reload the battle itself, and that's you can do
But
that.
do we go
very
back to the
quickly.
very beginning of each battle? So
Yes.
I'm not here. Right, okay.
Yeah, you can save mid battle as well, which I didn't realize and until the other day. So you can, if you're halfway through a battle, you literally just save, walk away, come back, and it'll load exactly where it is. Because
I have another
don't know
question.
Go for it.
Sorry. So, how many characters do you take into each battle? Is there a maximum?
3 at the moment. That's
Oh.
that's the maximum I've been able to take in. There have been battles where I've taken in 1 or 2. I think there's story missions and battles, and then another character came and joined me as part of the story, as part of that.
And each character has its own like deck of cards then?
Each character has a deck of cards, and some of the characters can have in their active cards 5 or 6 cards. Some can hold a lot more, like 9.
Is there any like combos? Like you combo with another character? Does it depend? Like, say if you take a specific combination, will it give you like?
I think most characters have got combinations of them. So they have like combo cards that can get played. I don't know. I know with some characters I've got them more than others. I don't really know how that plays out, but it's basically just a super move. It's a very high
You have to
value.
build up something before you
Yeah,
can
you
use
have to build up a number of hero points. That was another thing I haven't really touched upon is some cards generate hero points and some cards spend hero points to play. So even though you can get like say you might get an all attack cards to play, you might only be able to play 1 or 2 of those cards to start with to generate some hero points, and then you can play the others. The attacks and the good buffs are normally the ones that cost hero points. The simple attacks, the quick attacks, the just the simple knockbacks.
Go and punch this dude.
Ones that don't have actually attack value, but if you manage to knock them into other people or environmental causes damage, they're normally the ones that generate hero points. So they don't inflict damage directly, but indirectly. You can still.
Wasn't me, Guff. I literally just pushed him, and he fell into this.
Yeah, I just ran past him and he fell over.
Of doom.
Yeah, and fell into the electrical generator. Yeah. So but yeah, it's a really good tactical. I don't know, puzzle battler, card battler, RPG.
Interesting. I'll see it was on sale on Green Man Gaming.
Yeah, it's it has been going for cheap. So it's a very good game if you can get it on the cheap.
That's interesting.
It's
I
on
didn't think
PS Plus,
stick with that.
PS5 sale. Excuse me as well, because they're on there. Don't know if anyone's aware. It's that time of year. A lot of stuff's on sale in a lot of places.
A lot of places going to be battling for your cash.
Pilch in the chat says Merry Christmas, everyone. It's gone a bit early. I think that's the first person that I've had to say Merry Christmas, so well
done. Okay. Back to you, Neil.
1, 2, 3. Okay,
so got a few to play.
I've only got 2 more.
Okay.
More.
3 more.
What? Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Only 3 more.
Right.
Which one are you going to talk about at length? Come on.
I'm going to do Dead Space remake.
Don't sit there and give us dead air of you of all people. We need
Dead Space
talking.
remake. I went back to because obviously I had a week off. I played it with Spooky Week, and then I didn't play it last week, so I've played it again. This was like it was enjoying it. I just hadn't played it because I was playing loads of other stuff. Playing Talos Principle largely that week, but I didn't play Dead Space. So went back and played some Dead Space remake this week. Was getting quite annoyed on the Leviathan boss battle. I don't know. People who've maybe played the remake, that was getting right on my wick. And I was like, am I doing something wrong here? Feels like this is just too hard. So I read everything and it's like, no, I'm not doing anything wrong. You're just shit, is what it said, basically.
No.
I was like,
Oh,
okay.
you're shit. Oh, no, you're basic.
So I got good and I beat him. Anyway,
Oh, well done.
and then carried on.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, that was you're in 0G in this battle, and it's like, it's one of them things. Like, you think,
That might have been where I gave up, you know.
well, in
Is
the
it
original,
spinning?
no. Well, it's not in this one. The original, because you couldn't float around freely in 0G, could you? Apparently, in the
Yeah,
original, you had to literally jump from one
Mhm.
point to another or something, or
Right.
zoom across. So I don't know how it played in the original. I've not played the original. And in this, you are like, you can sort of move freely around 0G, and you've got a few abilities. Obviously, like things I keep forgetting, I've got like the stasis power, where you shoot like a ball of energy or whatever, and it slows time in that wherever it lands. You don't need that in this battle, but you've also got like a space vacuum cleaner. I said vacuum cleaner, not suction cleaner. You suck stuff towards you, and then you can like grab it or whatever. Or if it's like a large object, you might be able to shoot it at things. You don't need to shoot things with this, but there's a lot of things floating around in this area, like health packs, ammo, which I didn't notice to start with. There's like big exploding canisters. I was like, oh well, they're obviously a thing I'm going to have to chuck at something, because there was all these fucking explosive canisters floating around.
Yeah.
So I was like, it was just getting the time of what I really need to chuck those at and what I need to do damage at and how to avoid getting whacked, basically. And there was a lot going on in the third phase of the battle where I had a lot of things I could aim at and need to avoid and run out of oxygen potentially if I didn't do it quick enough. And that was the thing that was pissing me off. It was like, I was getting to that third phase regularly, but it's like I'd either die because I'd get twatted multiple times in succession, or I'd run out of oxygen because I was taking too long by avoiding everything and not shooting enough. Plus, it was at that point in the game where I go into the battle and I'm like, I've got fucking like no ammo here. So that was annoying. But there was a shop just around the corner, conveniently, that I could go and buy a load of ammo.
A one stop or a Tesco Express.
Yeah. It was like, guns are us, just here. Yeah. So I not dipped in there, and I kept changing which ammo I was buying, because I was like, I don't know whether I need to do, like, there's a gun, you've got the pulse rifle, is it called? And it shoots a lot of bullets, but doesn't do a lot of damage per bullet. And then there's other bigger guns that like don't shoot very quickly or whatever, but they do a lot more damage. And it was like getting the balance of what I needed. But I did it anyway, eventually. It took me fucking ages to get past that bit. And that was quite annoying. But after that, it's back to stomping around moodily and listening to creepy noises and getting freaked out when something jumps out and fucking you have to kill and all that sort of stuff. It's good. I like it. But that bit pissed me off quite a lot, that bit. But generally,
good.
It's a big thumbs up so far. Not enough lesbians, though, apparently. So.
Oh.
Funny you say that. I sometimes I randomly stumble upon YouTube shorts and just smash through them.
That came up in my YouTube
and that
short
came
feed.
up on mine. I was like, yeah, it made me laugh.
Yeah, that's how you apparently that's how you promote your podcast. Say something controversial and put it on TikTok. Get loads more listeners. If only we had someone who's good at all that shit. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do another one then?
Okay. Right. Okay. I finished the game.
Ooh, well done.
I finished the Talos Principle. Fraser was watching me play it a bit.
We played. I consider it. We played it together for a bit.
For a little bit, yeah.
Because there was.
I was basically solving everything, but you were just like occasionally chipping in with a. Oh yeah.
No, well, yeah, but I mean, definitely for that one puzzle, I gave you a good like half an hour of my thought processes for it, right? I mean, we were on that
on the same way
on that for a long time. Yeah. And then That was all you're getting. I had to move on to the thing.
There was
but-
Life.
there's
Well, actually, it was game facts to get the answer.
yeah, but you gave me a subtle hint.
I gave you one little push.
I was
in the right
nearly
direction.
there several times. I was nearly there. And I was
You
like,
would have
just
been
one
there for
of those,
another
like,
half an
I
hour
don't
going
know.
fucking mental if I hadn't done that.
Uh,
There was one. There's a couple of puzzles that really stopped my progress. But there was a couple. And when I one of them, like Fraser was there. There was one. I was like, I've
Fraser,
obviously
you
got to
have
use
played
this.
this.
Yeah, not for long.
Yeah.
No. I've got to use this thing to go into this certain place, but what have I got to take with me, kind of thing? I don't really know. And then when I looked at it again, I was like, when you basically said you've got to get that thing out, I was like, I know I've got to get that thing out, but I can't work out how to fucking do it. I was like, and there was the thing you said, you need to get the jammer out. I was like, right, okay, that was why I needed to jump in from this particular place. But it was like, how do I get the fucking thing out? And then I looked around. I went, oh yeah, this fence is a bit short compared to all the others. I obviously can jump over there if I've got a box. So blah, blah, blah. Yeah, got the fucking stuff done in the end. That was a stumbling block for a little while. And there was one where
See, I don't consider that cheating, right? It was just
no,
sort of
not
like
cheating.
focus on
I
this
did
area.
think it. I had
This
to
is where
think
you
it
need
out
to-
myself. Yeah,
This is where you need to focus. Yeah.
yeah. And then there was another puzzle where there's several mechanics you like. Obviously, as the further you go in, the more mechanics you get access to. And there was one where you like record your actions, and then you play
Yes.
them back, and then
I think that's
while
where I
they're playing
got
back,
to,
you
yeah.
can do stuff.
Interact with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was one where there was a quite a large space, like two sort of spaces in the puzzle space, if you like, sort of parallel to each other. And at each end, there was a big turret that was shooting at you. The laser turret's like, as soon as the laser turret locks onto you, you get a beep. And if you go a bit further, it starts beeping quicker. And until it just turns at you and fucking blows you away in like a second. And you can't get past them things. You've got to turn them off somehow. And that one was really fucking twisting my head. Because like there's some platform, so you had to stand on to open some doors at the same time as stopping these jammers. And you literally had yourself and a jammer, and then and the two platforms to keep open. And I was like, for ages, I was just like, this is doing my fucking head, and I can't work this out. And then Fraser was watching me play that, and he was no help whatsoever for that one. And then when he buggered off, I was like, oh, I just need to do this, and this, and it's fucking easy. And I did all this, and this, and it was fucking easy. And I was like, I can't believe it took me that fucking long to work it out. So it's one of those, like, you will hit probably, unless you're fucking a genius, you probably hit a wall occasionally and go, this is just impossible. It's obviously not impossible. None of the puzzles are impossible.
No.
But you will be like, I can't fucking work this out. And it's best for just like probably go away, do something else for a little while, come back and then look at it with a fresh pair of eyes. Or get someone to look at it, a guide for you in the background and give you a hint. And so that's like the main virtual world puzzles, because there's a whole like philosophical story shit going on at the same time as solving all these puzzles, but the main gameplay mechanic is solving puzzles using all these mechanics, the light beams, the jammers, and didn't come through. Do it again.
Jammer.
And yeah, whatever else, we're standing on boxes, then walking around with a platform on your head, which you can put things on, obviously, and move around with. That was. I don't think I really got stuck on any of the ones with the last mechanic, which is the platform that you can put things on. That was quite good. And then like the last bit of the game, well, there's several endings. The ending, the route I choose to an ending is the correct ending, if you like, is to break free from like your master, as it were. And that has similar puzzles, but you're up actually against a time penalty. Like there's a time involved. Like you have only a certain amount of time to do something before basically you get to a game over state. When you get to the game over state, you just go back to the beginning. It's no big problem. But I did get to I was rushing through this tower, doing all these puzzles, and it's like this is going okay. This is going okay. Because basically, what happens in that bit, there's like another a version of you who's like bad, trying to stop you, and there's another one of you trying to help you, and you've got to like obviously like stop the one who's stopping you and help the one who's helping you occasionally to like get further up this last bit. And I got about halfway through that, and there was a bit I was just like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And I was on it for about 20 minutes, half an hour. I was like, fuck this. I looked at a video and I literally got to the point where I was stuck, and I went, oh, fucking hell, you stupid idiot. Turned it off and then carried on and went fucking straight through. Because it was just literally like I'd missed something. I was looking across this way and I'd completely forgotten that there was something to my left that I hadn't looked at while I was looking the other way. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And I was just like, blazed through the last bit. But that's an absolutely brilliant puzzle game, Talos Principle. And like I say, it does really get you thinking and twisting your melon occasionally, but fucking awesome.
You were all over that, that's for sure.
Yeah. Smashed through that in 2 weeks, a week and a bit. Like, I don't know how many hours.
It's funny the kind of things that grab you. I mean, I would never have thought that would be something that you would.
I do like a puzzle.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Talos Principle 2's out now.
Yeah, good.
It's only 25 quid full price.
Only? Oh my God, it's the word again.
Brand new, that is. 10% off if I buy it now, because I couldn't buy it in a bundle.
Can't afford not to buy it, mate.
Could, but I am kind of Talos Principled out a bit.
You're probably Talos out. Yeah, I get that for sure. I am, and I didn't even play it.
Yeah, it's quality.
Dave,
you may have claimed it free on Epic, so people who've been claiming all the Epic games may actually have that in their library.
Open your Epic account and
check it out, or just buy it because it's cheap usually anyway. It's probably going to be on. There's probably a big sale on Steam next week, I assume.
Maybe. All right, Dave.
I purchased a strange little game today called Idling Gears.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I bought it. I like the idea of it. It's a small game. I don't even think it's a proper develop like a developer, but we know I don't think so. Idling Gears is basically a game about gears and gearing and cogs, and it's an idle game in that a lot with these idle games it's trying to get you to click on them, but there's adverts to speed things up. There's no adverts in this game, and it's for money, which is the weird thing. It's like, why have I paid some money for an idle game? But it's quite a good one. You start off with one gear, and it's turning once per second or once per minute. It's not turning very quickly, but there's lots of you earn money by clicking on the gear to make it turn faster, like the video is showing, and then you add other gears to it to link to machines that require a certain torque. So when you get further on, you get bigger gears and smaller gears, and you can put them in arrangements to create more torque or more speed. So you gear up or gear down, but
yes,
you don't. It's the same amount of power. So some gears are primarily there to generate money, and you need money to buy more gears. And the more gears you have of the same type costs more money. So you need a system where you generate money.
What the fuck is this?
But you also put the gears together, and then
you saved this.
I mean, I'm on board. The thing is, I'm on board. As soon as I realize this is an idler, I'm in. This looks like this. Fuck you,
Dave.
So
weird. It's so weird.
I already know it's coming. I'm going to play this all weekend.
No, you're not.
I think it's £4. You could probably get it cheaper elsewhere.
How much?
I wouldn't.
£4, mate. It's a bit rich for you.
Yeah, we're out. I'm out.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a online version.
Maybe it's a free version on your mobile.
Maybe.
Watch some ads
adverts and stuff. And then with all these older games, you can use money to have like more power or like generate more money per click, or I can't
believe you actually have to click and interact with this game.
Yeah.
Do you have to do lots of clicking?
I mean, I can't believe you are actually having to click in.
Well, if you download a little program called autoclicker.exe, it speeds up the process a little bit.
Oh, that's
Well,
just
that's how I
cheating.
ended up putting the original cookie clicker to bed. Was I finally got an auto clicker?
Yeah.
I was like, please just get me out of my misery here.
Well,
Luckily, this isn't free to play. If this was free to play, then it would be bad. But I'm not going to
Yeah.
buy it. No. I
No.
like the idea. It's got an engineering sort of bend to it.
it's weird. And then there is an ultimate like
It's not very
massive
idle, is
gear
it?
at the bottom.
If
No,
you don't have
no.
to do, if you have to do things, it's not very idle.
No.
Bad
I-
name.
I think I don't know. I can see this game. I can see it conceptualized as an idle clicker game, but then there was
Well, how
more
can you have
meat.
an idle clicker?
Well,
It's not idle if you're clicking, is it?
no. Or just that's the thing with all these idle games
I
is they're
don't play any
they're
of this
never
shit.
idle games. They're
They're badly
to
named.
speed it up, you could put it down in like on your desk and just let it play itself. But to speed things up, I want you to click on it and then use the adverts to get
Just
you
think,
to.
Dave, you could have
to-
played a real game in the time that you've been playing it.
It is a real game. This is it's a real game.
Oh my god!
So
What were you
it's-
godding at now?
just
Oh my god! And they were defending that this is a real game, and also my god, you're giving advice on what he should be playing.
I should not be playing this. I can tell you that.
Oh, you're probably right.
I think this is a lovely little game. It's
Mm.
like if I was in game development, I'd be bloody proud of this little thing.
People
And
have made YouTube videos about it somehow. We're watching a
Yes.
video called "I Tricked 800,000 People into Watching Gears Turn." By the way. Well, so jokes on him. Someone you had to pay four quid for this.
I think this is a lovely game, and it
Oh,
also teaches you about gearing.
All right.
What's not to love?
Destroys your
Uh,
mouse, but you know.
Bonkers, isn't it?
So it's a fun little game.
Okay,
All right.
it's not Dead
And that's
Space
what I was
remake, though,
going
is
to
it?
end
Not Dead Space
these
remake.
episode.
How many lesbians in this game?
Well, there's one of the gears that is a lesbian, but it
Oh,
doesn't
cool.
tell you straight
Okay, I'm
away,
sold.
How did you find it?
I don't know. I think I might have seen a YouTube video.
Ow!
YouTube.
Ow.
The randomness of YouTube.
I might have seen it when that looks interesting, and then I actually played it because like watching somebody else.
I
play,
can't believe you haven't refunded it.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Any more on idling gears? We'll get a report next week.
He's not going to play it anymore.
How he is going to play it some more. How far are you
Look,
in it?
I had to like not play the game during the podcast.
Yeah, that's the problem with him.
You mean you've been
'Cause
playing this
it's an
game?
idle game. I've played it before the podcast.
I can't talk. What was I had that mining one I was doing not long ago? You did the mining one too, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I didn't mind one. Honestly, I'm such a sucker for these stupid little games.
No, you could play something even worse like Starfield, I suppose.
I tell you what was interesting the other day. I noticed on my start menu on Windows, I was turning my PC or whatever like that, and there was a button that said "Play Starfield" on Game Pass, which I thought
that?
was quite interesting. It
advertising?
wasn't. I expect to see things where they're trying to encourage me to play Game Pass, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, Windows and Xbox functionality comes hand in hand, so I'm okay with that. But I just thought it very interesting. That's man,
So in your face,
it's
yeah.
not
How long
good,
before
is
you
it?
turn your PC on and get a full page advert for Modern Warfare 15 or whatever?
Who knows?
Ugh.
Oh, I did play another game. I haven't
Ooh.
actually wrote it on here actually.
What is it? Is it good?
Right?
I hope so.
No, I didn't
Oh,
like
for
it.
fuck's sake.
It's Wild Huts.
Oh yeah,
on Game
I
Pass.
played a bit of that when it first came out. And I was on EA Play Pro for a bit.
Yeah.
Wild Hunt,
Yeah.
Wild
Hearts.
Hearts.
Wild Hearts.
It's like
kind
Monster
of like,
Hunter,
yeah, it's like
sort of.
It was. I thought it was like Zero Horizon,
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn, a little bit. It was like feudal Japan with, I don't know, weird monsters. They weren't futuristic monsters, but the monsters that you got to hunt down. But the actual fighting was a bit janky. I wasn't very good at it. There's no lock on to the enemies.
Get good.
I can't remember.
Generally favourable reviews.
It's okay,
Yeah.
as I recall. It was okay.
Big bag of okay.
It's on
No,
Game
Dave.
Pass.
No,
Dave's
it's
not
on
even
EA
giving
Play.
it. No, look at his face. He's not even giving it a big bag of okay.
Yeah,
No.
not for me. Not for me.
No.
Give me a game of Gears all day.
Click on those cogs.
Gears of War.
Gears of War. Yeah.
All right, so that just leaves
Me. Oh no, you haven't said
Neil.
anything yet. You haven't said anything.
I haven't got anything. I've only got Hunt. I mean, you don't want to hear about Hunt,
Such
do
a
you?
waster. You must have played something.
I haven't that I can think of.
We were supposed to
PUBG?
race on
You're
Sunday.
playing PUBG?
Oh, we have been playing a bit of PUBG. I lost my shit on PUBG last night. A massive apology to the lads on that. It was fucking moody. But I think I went a game of PUBG too far, and then I got annoyed.
And then
Fancy
you played
that.
2 games.
I think we were on about a third or fourth. It's just such a clusterfuck playing in fours. It is funny.
Don't you think it's
Same
just it's
time.
not as good as it used to be?
Yes.
You do
Hundo
think
P.
Huh?
Yeah, it's not as good as it used to be.
Nah, the fun's gone.
There's
since-
two sides to it. It's a little bit bonkers now. The maps, like they have stuff in the maps that I just don't want in there. Like, you know, and they have maps that were good that they changed and they don't have stuff that was there before. They have some maps they went back to the old stuff, which is okay, I guess. Tons of weird shit in there. And actually,
weird
there was one
dancing.
game. There was one, yeah, all the dancing and stuff like that is okay. That's quite funny, actually. But there was one game, like Arnie and I made it to the end game, and some guy, we had smoke up, giving ourselves cover, and the guy just shot us straight through the smoke. So
You had heat scopes or whatever.
he had
I
heat
remember Arnie
scopes, right?
agreeing.
And Arnie was really, he was not happy. about
Arnie was
that.
raging.
Arnie was raging on that one. Yeah, I know it's good. I mean, it still generates some good laughs. I mean, I lost my shit a bit last night, but we did have a good laugh throughout a lot of the points. You know, we take it seriously when we play.
Don't see the
sometimes.
Venga bus anymore, do you?
Although no, the four of I was thinking about the Venga bus last night, but yeah, I haven't seen that for a while. And then Hunt has been a lot of Hunt as usual, but Hunt is Hunt.
Yes.
I finished the battle pass.
Oh, well done, you.
So
What
go
does
on
that
then.
mean you can do then? Can you do anything with that? You get guns that you don't need to unlock next month.
I actually didn't
Names.
even really pay much attention to the battle pass. Like once I got the skins, you get the new hunters, the hunters for your stable. That's all I really care about, grabbing those. I don't know. I just like it anyway. I like the
Yeah.
challenges and stuff. They switched the gameplay up during the battle, during the events. The gameplay completely changes. So they have new traits and they have new buffs and new things like that. And suddenly the whole game meta changes. So people are running different ammo types. People are different tactics. Right now, there's a real solo meta where a lot more solos running and stuff. So there you go. You got me talking about Hunt. I wasn't going to. You brought it up.
You have to. You got to talk about something.
I don't. I absolutely
do.
don't. We are nowhere near in trouble of not filling the space. I talk a lot at the start. I do. Come on, I talk.
But you know, it's
I
a
don't-
gaming. It's a Seal Gaming podcast, apparently.
We're talking about gaming. We're talking about lots of gaming.
Mhm.
Where we're going to finish on a fantastic game that I have input on too.
Good. Good.
Come on then.
Right. So I finally got round. Finally, it's only been out a few weeks. Got to play Cocoon, which is on Game
Ooh.
Pass.
Ooh.
PC and console Game Pass. If you're that bothered.
Fraser, you liked it, didn't you?
Loved it.
I finished it. I
Yes, I
keep
finished it.
seeing it only takes 4 to 5 hours to finish. Thinking, oh,
It's horseshit. Yeah, I'm
that's
not sure about
bullshit.
that.
I was like, who the fuck finishes these games in 4 to 5 hours? Because I've done 4 and a bit hours. I don't even know if I'm halfway. I don't know. I thought I was doing okay. I don't think I really got stuck for most of it. And it was the last. After playing the Talos Principle, anything puzzle in this game has felt well easy. So maybe it was a good idea to come to this straight after that, because everything's been like, yep, I can see what I need to do here. I can see what I need to do
He's
here.
turned into that brainiac supervillain.
I don't know about that, but this is definitely not Taylor's Principle level. I don't know what I've just seen there, but yeah. So I got to a point that I did get a little bit stuck, but not very stuck. Because it's all about, you're a little bug-looking guy with wings but you can't fly.
Yeah.
Well, occasionally you do. Spoilers. But you have to have something to do that. But yeah, you go through the world, a beautiful Death's Door-esque, but more colourful. I can't remember what was the other game. Tunic, Death's Door, similar vibe visually.
Death's Door, very similar, yeah, I think.
But very good. You've got to solve all of these puzzles involving orbs, but each orb is like a world that you can drop in certain points on the map. You can drop your orb, and it will leave a little puddle, and you can dive into this new world inside the orb. It's very
Dave, have you played
complicated.
this?
No.
Do you
You
understand
should
what
play
he's
it.
telling
You should play it.
It's fucking
Not
wonderful.
really, no. Sounds like you leave a puddle somewhere and then you
Yeah,
go back to
it
your...
all makes sense when you play it, but it's difficult to describe.
Well, it doesn't make. I don't think it makes sense until you get a bit of the way in, right? It's suddenly the mechanic. You start going, right. The light bulb starts to come on. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, now, because you can take worlds within worlds and leave them in there and shit. It all becomes very. But they don't overly.
I
They
think
get
it's
it to
very
a
well
point.
signposted. It doesn't there's no speaking, there's no text. It doesn't tell you anything, but it does show you stuff. It's like it gives you the
Right.
hints of what you need to do. Well, like I say, maybe it's just because of where I'm coming from recently. Where
No, I've said this before, is that it does a very good job of constraining you in an area. You don't almost realize that it's done it, but it locks you in an area, and you have to just so it's not an overwhelmingly large puzzle. They're usually bite size, not necessarily simple, but I think towards the end it starts to get a little bit larger in scope with what you need to do, but not. But I never felt it was over. Like some of those puzzles in the Talos Principle look like a lot going on, right?
yeah,
It's not really the same
no,
level of that.
no,
as
you
is.
only have so many. Well, you do get this is similar in a way. Like as you progress, you get more mechanics to play with.
I always felt like I was unlocking keys in this. That's what it
Yeah.
felt like. You're trying to find the way to unlock to the next. You know, and in fact, you are. I mean, most of them you have to unlock the opening to the next level. But
Yeah, and
it's just very well made.
there's some really clever bits like where you've got there's areas of them each map usually where something will block you from carrying the orb, because you've got to carry this orb to the end point. Basically, you've always got to carry your orbs around because you need them, and as you progress you get more orbs, but you can only carry one at a time unless you decide to drop one down, pick the other one up, pop into the other world. Maybe there's a plot you can just drop the orb, then you come back out and you pick up the orb that's got the other orb inside it, and then you can just toddle along to the next point, carrying all your orbs together. I've got 4 orbs now, so I don't know how far that is through the game.
Yeah, you're quite away now.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's too much left, probably. But
No,
yeah.
it makes you work at the end. I think that's what it was. You know, it just feels like you feel
There was
like you're
one-
right there at the end, and then it makes you work a little bit after
The
that.
one with the purple ball mechanic was fucking with my head a little bit. There was a couple of points I was just like, I don't understand what I've got. Like, I know how it works, but I just I'm like, how do I get this bit to happen?
Right.
But yeah, it's never stuck to me for as long as anything on the Tales.
I still think one of my favorite things about that game is the sound design. I think it's just really, really very well made. It does a great. You don't even realize you're getting like little hints and stuff.
Yes. Totally know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There was
Dave,
one.
You should play this, Dave, for sure.
Definitely. It's
gonna make my
everyone should
top
play
5.
this. Everyone who has Game
Alright.
Pass should be playing this game for sure.
All right. I will. Oh, I've downloaded it.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's not very
It's a
big.
start.
Yeah, I've revealed loads of mechanics while we're on the stream. So if you want to look for your hints, just watch the stream for a bit. I say loads; it's not that many. But yeah, it's like a little gem, isn't it? Very good.
Yeah.
Very cool. Not super long. Like I say, how long?
Doesn't
Speak says 4
overstay
and a
its
bit hours. I'm
welcome.
like, bullshit. It's only 4 hours.
Yeah,
fact,
it doesn't
I don't-
overstay its welcome. Though.
No, but yeah. So I'll probably have that done in the next week. sure.
Nice.
That was when you say sound, Dead Space remake sound, awesome. There's points in the like. There's a very specific sound it makes, which really is reminiscent of Aliens with an S. In the, I can't really describe this. It's like it's obviously like a synthesizer sound, but it's like that's the fucking same as Aliens, and it really like puts you in the mood. So,
Nice. There's a lot to be said for sound.
yeah, totally. Yeah, my boy plays Fortnite with no sound.
Mental.
Insane. Because he's on Snapchat with his fucking mates talking. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, look. Let's. We're going to finish up there then. I think on what we've been playing, but can we just do a recap here? Because I think there's some stuff here on the Twitch stream. Hardly Dan is talk. We had Tim Reaper. Scott Patton's jumped in. Congratulations on 200, fellas. Thanks, Scott. It's good to have you around, man. Chill Robots is in there. We already gave him all his shout outs earlier, but it's good to see him back there, Justin. Hardly Dan is talking about.
He's talking about the
auto
Gears
clickers
game. Ugh.
He's got a Flipper Zero. I actually know what a Flipper Zero is. You have to be pretty nerdy, I think, to know what a Flipper Zero is. Actually, the reason I know what a Flipper Zero is because I saw them for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, "What the fuck is a Flipper Zero?" So I know what a Flipper Zero is.
Not going to tell anyone else. So we all have to find out for ourselves. Is it one of those things? If you Google search it, it's going to be like.
Oh no! I tell you, go
Google search that.
Go have a look, find out what a Flipper Zero is, and when you figure it out, come back to me. Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that. There's a little puzzle and enigma for people to whatever. Look.
It's a hacking device now.
Oh, so do you know what a Flipper Zero is? Yeah.
Yeah, I got one.
Is it something that would be banned by Xbox?
Really? You bought one?
Yeah, I clone my work cards with it,
Okay.
so I don't have to have a pass. So I've cloned my pass and put it on my phone. Like, how do you use your phone? Yeah. So yeah. you can do stupid stuff with it. It's you can
all clever
hack
stuff.
Wi-Fis
Apparently. Hack Wi-Fi's.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's one of those
Sounds
things.
Like should be banned.
I keep seeing them for sale. It's like, but they're not cheap though. It's like they're not like usually for a couple $100 or something like that. They're not.
Okay, I picked mine up for about £100.
What?
A couple of years ago.
Did you buy new?
I bought it off eBay. I can't remember where. Not directly off. I bought it through somebody. Can't remember.
Friend of a friend. Is it the guy down the snooker club who does the dodgy?
Was it new? Was it new?
It was programmed.
Where have I heard about that? On it. With the guy down the snooker club, you take in your Android box and you'll tell it.
No, I was never into that.
Where the fuck
the guy down the snooker club. I love it.
No, I don't know why I heard about it, but I heard about it. I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting, and then I bought one, and then just do.
Totally a Dave gadget.
Yeah,
totally a Dave gadget.
It's sat in the drawer for like
have you done anything else with it though?
Not really.
I think that's why I keep seeing loads of them on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, they're good to piss about with. But yeah, not in reality. I'm not going to start walking into random other people's offices, even though I could. Literally, just sort of go next to somebody.
I think I saw a video of a guy.
People steal cars nowadays.
Yeah, I think I saw a video of a guy driving around opening Teslas with one or something like that.
Yeah. That's the other thing is you can use them to just.
You definitely found like they should be banned.
No, why?
Someone's typing in the show comments, Fred, so don't end the show just yet.
All right.
You can talk though to fill the dead air.
Well, I don't know. What am I waiting for?
So I think it's Andy Cox is typing.
Oh, Andy Cox. All right. Well, we'll hang on then for Andy's text, and then
just whistle or something while we wait.
What we got going on tonight then, gents?
Ooh, don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
What are you planning? More hunt?
I was thinking about grabbing my wife.
Yeah.
And taking her to the pinball.
Oh. Would she like that?
Yeah, she doesn't mind going to this place sometimes.
She doesn't like the basement guys, though.
This isn't the basement.
Would you get her to go to the basement?
I would, yeah, just to go see it, to be honest. It was pretty mental. I
Does she
don't
like old arcades as well?
know. Who doesn't?
I don't know. No, I don't think.
People
Well,
that
there's
don't
one in
like
Milton Keynes,
arcades.
apparently. There's one in Milton Keynes. Oh, fucking, I can't remember what it's called. Is it the
Arcade
Theatre
Club?
District?
Well,
Can't think what
the
it's called now.
escape in Milton Keynes, not the escape. The point used to have a big arcade place near the
At the bottom of the
cinema there.
stairs near the cinema.
Yeah,
It wasn't really
yeah, but I
big,
don't.
was it?
It was quite
It had
big. I
Super
remember
Monaco
it.
GP, I
Remember
remember.
how young Dave is? He was probably like
True.
only up to your ankles at that point. You were an acne-ridden teenager or something.
Gross. What was I talking about? The place in Milton Keynes. My wife sent it to me. My wife?
My wife.
She sent it to me a while ago. Can't remember what it's fucking called. But it's near the theatre, Milton Keynes. Oh, I'm not going to find out now.
Well, there is a pub on Bridge Street that is literally just a bar and all arcade machines. I think you pay like £7 to go in, and
Where's this?
just a pub on Bridge Street, Northampton.
All right.
Yeah. I haven't been yet. I
How's
haven't
this?
been in
Oh, I
town
know
for
what I
King
need to ask
Sausage
you.
Roll.
Northampton boy. How's the cinema in Northampton?
We've got two.
The View.
Seoul Central, which is
Which one's the View? The VUE.
View. That might be Sixfields.
Right. Because I can
it's
get
all-
2 free tickets a month for a View through Sky.
I'm not sure. No, that might be Cineworld. View might be. View is yeah, that'll be the town centre one. Parking's a bit of a bitch. Cinema's nicer.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. But yeah, you've got to go right into the town centre. There is a multi-story park next to it.
Sixfields is a football place, is that right?
Sixfields
a
is a football
stadium.
place. Yeah.
God, Andy Cox is typing a fucking essay in here.
It's just probably just one
Is he
thing.
one
with it.
Just when it
Fingering.
comes through, there'll be like nothing there. But all right, okay. Brilliant. Yeah. Probably just say congrats on 200, guys, or something similar.
It'll just be
Just
it'll be
like
a
typing
meme.
it one finger at a time.
Right, I'll
Can't
tell you
find
what.
the
I'll do the
keys.
outro. Neil will do a shout out to chat, and then if he hasn't finished by then, we'll sign off.
We'll leave.
Yeah. But I'd like to say thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast, episode number 200. I actually can't believe it's 200. That's pretty amazing. If you'd like to ask us questions or get involved, please contact us either on Twitter or X at Seal Podcast. Email us sealpodcast@gmail.com or join us on the Discord server. Our link is pinned on X.
Formerly
We have
known as
YouTube
Twitter.
or Twitter, previously known as. We have YouTube and Twitch channels which we upload and stream to regularly. Our Twitch is twitch.tv/Seal Podcast. Neil, you want to do a shout out for
Shout outs
Twittage?
to Hardly Dan, Chill Robot, Scott, Patton, Pilch, Reed, the Tim Reaper, Lord, and Sumu, and Mint Safe, I feel like was there earlier. Yes, and Arnie. I think that's
Thank
everyone.
All right. Thank
Busy
you
night.
all.
Thanks all for joining us for 200. Andy Cox has finished typing.
Andy Cox says, congrats on reaching show 200. Just want to say thank you for all the hours of entertainment that you've provided over the past few years. It's much appreciated. Here's to many more shows. Well, Andy, it's our pleasure. And we've enjoyed having you along for the ride, mate. 100%. He says, P.S. Not sure if you've spoken about it already, but will Everton's point deduction, if the appeal fails, save Luton's ass? Well, we talked about it, but we didn't actually ask. Do you think it will save Luton's ass? No.
I think we'll probably still finish behind Everton, but
Yeah.
hopefully.
I agree.
Hopefully. Man City and Chelsea both getting relegated, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, well, on that note, gents, it's a pleasure. Congratulations to you guys. You know, obviously, something's working out all right, and I appreciate that. And it's been good. Still is good, and will continue to be good, no doubt.
Good, is it?
It's good. It's great.
Yes.
It's a big bag of okay.
That's about how I like it. Still could do with more lesbians, though.
Probably. All right, then. Until next week. We'll see you all later.
Ta-ra.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.